plain gold band on her left ring finger instead of her engagement ring.
Which would be more akin to a wedding ring. They're married.
The actress first publicly showed off the diamond ring at the Golden Globes last year. Holland had reportedly proposed between Christmas and New Year's 2024, asking her parents for permission. A source previously told Page Six that though the couple had discussed marriage over the years, Zendaya had no idea that the proposal was coming.
For them to run off and get married would be such a Peter Parker thing to do, right?
Wouldn't it? I don't see that. I don't see that that's happened. But.
Here's part of it, too. If you have a ring that you want to wear, sometimes you just wear it on whatever finger it fits.
Right.
Doesn't matter which.
I believe that.
Which one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you're in a solid relationship, then you don't care when it just slides on
You
that finger.
move it around. Sometimes I use my C ring on my finger.
Yeah, but you know what? Also, I wouldn't mind it if they actually got married without anybody knowing.
No.
I was watching that episode of The Office yesterday where Jim and Pam, they had the big old wedding, and then they just went off and did it on their own. Like that, that's something romantic about that.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like she was traveling. Maybe she didn't want to wear her big diamond ring.
Good
She
point.
just wanted
Possible.
to have a little replacement.
Sometimes when you're traveling, you don't want to have your finger cut off by a cartel.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So they've got people talking. We'll see. All right. Let me go over here to Mike. See if he knows. We're just going to go through all the numbers. Somebody is eventually
How many
going
numbers are there?
to get this correctly. Hi, Mike. You're on the air. Good morning, buddy.
Hey, Preston. It was originally 10, but there's a Jackson 9.
There are 9. That is yes, correct. They had 9 children. I don't know what you mean by they were originally 10.
She had a baby who died at birth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hang on the line. We are going to set you up, Mike, and you get those tickets to see Bill Burr. And he is playing Saturday, April 25th, Hard Rock live at Edis Arena at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Atlantic City. Tickets are on sale now at hardrockac.com. So here are the kids. You have Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon, Michael, and Randy. Those are all the boys. And then the girls are Rebby, Latoya, and Janet. That makes 9 altogether.
Yeah.
So
It seems to make sense to me. And she had a miscarriage case, was the story?
I don't know if it was a miscarriage or died at birth.
All right.
I read died at birth, which is different.
All right, so I have some other entertainment stories. We're going to go to this. Snooki said Friday she's been diagnosed with cervical cancer. Snooki, of course, Nicole Polizzi, who's been sharing posts on a recent health journey, opened up about the diagnosis on TikTok. She said it came back stage 1 cervical cancer called adenocarcinoma. She said, obviously not the news that I've been hoping for, but also not the worst news just because they caught it so early. Thank freaking God is what she wrote.
Oddly enough, adenocarcinoma would be a character name on the church.
You're right.
Yeah.
So the MTV star who first opened up about undergoing a colonoscopy and biopsy in January urged others to get routine pap smears. She said, I'm 38 years old. I've been struggling with abnormal pap smears for 3-4 years now. And now look at me. Instead of just putting it off because I didn't want to go and it hurt and I was scared, no, I just went and did it. And it was there. Cancer is there, and it's only stage 1, and it's curable. She said, get your appointments done, bitches. I'm telling you.
Well, good for her, man. Stage 1, that's manageable.
Polizzi said that she was transferred to an oncologist and will get a PET scan next to detect if the cancer spread to other parts of her body. After that, she said, I'm probably going to get the hysterectomy. Obviously, I think the smart choice here is the hysterectomy. I'll still keep my ovaries, which is a good sign. But yeah, got to get the cervix and uterus out and then possibly lymph nodes. It all depends on the scan.
I think that the PET scan was the scan I had where basically the thing looked like they were shoving a still up my ass.
Oh.
But I mean, it's comprehensive view of your whole body when you're looking to see if cancer is spread.
She said, so 2026 is not panning out how I wanted it to, but she added also could be worse, could be very much worse. And she added her message on a determined note saying, I got to keep attacking this and everything's going to be great. So she's got a good mindset and they caught it early.
I do like her, for all of the stuff that was the original run, and she was the fun person to hate or just to be annoyed by.
Not for me. No, I
Yeah.
thought her and Vinny, I thought were the most likable people on the show. And then Sammy Sweetheart was actually nice, but she was just with that freaking gorilla. And everybody's like, why are you with that knucklehead?
To be honest, the whole cast in general, I've kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the gorilla a cast member?
Yeah.
I don't reach this.
Ronnie.
I did not. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's.
I remember the
listen,
names.
he's a wife beater.
I didn't. I watched clips.
Yeah.
I never could stomach the whole thing, but it had its place and people loved it.
Ronnie Magro, is that it?
Yeah. And it's not like I could stomach it. I think we were watching it. I watched it because everybody else was watching it. Right. It was just one of those things.
Man, they've milked that sucker.
Yeah,
They've milked the hell out of that.
Got a couple of things about Eric Dane to mention. Johnny Depp quietly helped him out during his battle with ALS, according to a source. He offered him a Los Angeles home on a pay whatever he could or couldn't for rent basis. So they had one less thing to worry about. And the insider added that Johnny wanted to do what he could to ease the financial burden. Of course, he passed away last Thursday at 53 years old, with his family sharing in a statement. He will be deeply missed and lovingly remembered always. Friends of the actor launched a GoFundMe to support his 2 teenage daughters following his battle with ALS. According to the organizers, they said as his illness progressed far more quickly than anyone could have imagined, Eric's friends have come together to create this to support his girls and their future needs. Any contribution will help provide stability during this incredibly difficult time. He also he had sat down in November to film his posthumous special, Famous Last Words, Eric Dane, which began airing on Friday. Speaking candidly about his battle with ALS, he admitted, "I can feel lonely in a crowded room," but also reflected on his outlook, saying, "There's no reason for me to be happy in any individual moment, but I am." And we have a clip from him from that.
Fight, girls, and hold your heads high. Billy and Georgia, you are my heart. You are my everything.
Billy and Georgia are his 2 daughters.
Good night. I love you. Those are my last words.
Oh, wow. My goodness. Yeah. At the closing of the taping, he addressed her, the kids directly, and he had said that he had tried. He stumbled sometimes, but I tried. And he said, and I love that he said, overall, we had a blast, didn't we? So it's a very sweet sentiment. I watched that. It was
hard,
tough to watch.
Imagine, and then him, what he was going through.
Yeah.
Apparently, he and I guess either his girlfriend and or his wife, whatever the configuration was, they were friends with James Van Der Beek and his wife.
Oh, really?
So they have 2 couples that went through just a horrible situation.
Yeah. The special captures Dane's reflections on love, resilience, and dignity, including his advice to live now, right now, in the present, and to fight with every ounce of your being and with dignity as well.
Such a, you want to do that, and you're reminded of doing that when things like this happen. In the moment sometimes, as you're letting, life's little things eat away at you, if you can remember that, if you can remember those words, you'd probably have a better life,
Yeah.
Just suck up every moment you can and just realize nothing's guaranteed.
And speaking of dignity, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Was seen getting close to a mystery brunette in New Orleans over the weekend, just days after his recent arrest and news of his split with Mia Goth. Video and photos.
Scared the hell out of me.
Do it!
That scared me too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
That's him asking her to touch it.
Do it! Just do it!
How many of those?
Just do it!
How many of those do you have?
I have 5.
Okay.
You want me to go through them all? Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe just 4. Here, wait.
Just do it! Just do it! Just do it!
And then they piece the resistance.
Do it!
And I remember, Steve, when that came out. So it's him, a video, and he's just yelling at the camera just to just do it. And I remember you explaining that what he was doing is he was taking the "don't do it"
right,
and crushing it into a "do it."
Yeah,
because you see him like gesturing in this video and everything. He's doing the muscle pose.
yeah, convulsing. He was trying to. I think he was also. The focus of the recipients of this message were young actors.
Yeah.
And how they should.
Yeah.
Just do it!
You take the "don't do it."
Right, and you crush it.
You crush it
and
into
then,
a "do it."
Like a piece of coal, and then when you release, it's a "do it."
Yeah. So, video shows him kissing and holding hands with the unidentified woman inside a bar off of Bourbon Street, where the pair were also spotted smiling and whispering to each other. He was whispering sweet nothings into her ear like this.
Just do it!
And
do it!
they were on an upstairs balcony.
Do it!
Witnesses,
Do it!
Witnesses told TMZ the Transformer star was drinking and seemed a little tipsy, but in great spirits.
So I don't know how these things go, in case maybe you can address this better.
Yeah.
It seems he's no longer sober.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, well, today's a new day.
It's this New Orleans sober.
Yeah. So he maybe on that day wasn't sober,
Right, yeah.
but today he might be.
There we go.
The sighting comes shortly after Page Six revealed that Shia and Mia Goth had quietly ended their marriage nearly a year ago.
Do it!
Earlier in the week. That's him
quietly.
telling her to sign the divorce papers. Yeah.
Do it!
Earlier in the week, the actor was arrested following a physical altercation with two men while celebrating Mardi Gras. Since been charged with 2 counts of simple battery in connection with that incident.
By the way, it is okay occasionally to put on a shirt. That's my advice to Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. Well, he's got all those tattoos.
He wants to show them off.
People to see those.
See that?
All right, despite all the stories that David Harbour and Millie Bobby Brown were not getting along, including reports that Bobby had accused Harbour of harassment and bullying while they were filming season 5 of Stranger Things, things seem to be perfectly fine with him now. The actress turned 22 last week, and David was one of the group of family and friends who helped her celebrate in New York City Friday night. TMZ reports that it wasn't just a pop-in as well. He showed up early, stayed late, and everybody had a great time. So, yep, they were doing it.
I'm glad to hear that, because I would hate to think that those years of that relationship that we enjoyed watching on television was just a farce.
Yeah, I think they just had a little bump in the road. And maybe a little misunderstanding or something.
It happens.
Like that. Actor Alexandra Daddario has, and movie producer husband Andrew Form have split, apparently.
Yeah.
A rep for Daddario said in a statement, Alexandra Daddario and Andrew Form have made their decision to end the marriage.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he is significantly older than she is, correct?
No idea.
Okay.
I don't know who the guy is at all.
I think that's the case.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
It really is.
She is a goddess.
She has a great personality,
I
too.
love her.
Yeah.
Yep. So they will continue to co-parent their child together and appreciate privacy as they navigate this transition.
The child's name is Smudge?
No, the child is not named Smudge. The couple wed in June in 2022. They share a 15-month-old son whose name I do not know. Maybe it is Smudge.
It could be Smudge.
I don't know. Along with 2 children from Form's previous marriage. So the name would be Smudge Form, if that were the case.
I think he's like close to 60, and she's. Do you have the ages there?
She's 39. He is 57.
All right. Well,
okay.
it's not outlandish, but it's enough.
All right, so the 79th BAFTA, the British Academy of Film and Television Film Awards, were held last night.
I came across them last night at our hotel because the television sucked.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I just went. They don't have NBC Sports Philadelphia, so I tried to find the Sixers game, which was not playing, and the
Who's
guy.
carrying the BAFTA award?
It's some channel.
Really?
Yeah, maybe Bravo or some nonsense. But I came across it, and I thought maybe for a second it was the SAG Awards or something.
Okay.
I had 2 NBC Sports channels in my room. Maybe I got yours.
Maybe you had 2 shampoos and 2 soaps, because I didn't have either of those either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
man.
I know. That's all right.
I had a whole basket full of that stuff.
So anyhow, it's the UK's equivalent of the Oscars on the best in film and television from the British point of view. There were surprising wins and shocking losses, including a total shutout in 11 different categories for Marty Supreme, which ties a record for the most BAFTA losses by a single film.
Isn't that wild? And it did so well with the Golden Globes.
You know, I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but I didn't enjoy it.
You think it stinks?
I
Okay.
know. I did not enjoy it.
It's like Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen this, but this is what I've heard. It's the same director.
He's
Same
not
sort
a
of-
likable character.
It's
Yeah.
populated with just that, not characters you don't really give a damn about.
Well,
Right.
and this follows up kind of on that. One Battle After Another won 6 BAFTAs, including Best Film, Director, and Adapted Screenplay for Paul Thomas Anderson's. Like that movie, I really enjoyed the performances. I really didn't like the way the movie made me feel, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say, wow, can't wait to see that again.
There are
But there were
movies-
some great performances, and it didn't, I was like, you know.
Yeah, there are scant few movies like that I experience, but when you experience them, you're like, I'm good now.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
I can move on.
Oh, so there's another one that's up for awards. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, and that's
I
with
watched
Rose
it.
Byrne. I was saying, I'm like, I don't like this. I finished watching it, and her performance was amazing. But I was like, I'm like, God damn
I did like it, but I
yeah.
can completely understand not liking it. It is a wallow in misery fest.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Wow.
And her performance is excellent.
Yeah, and
you know who's really good in it? Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien's great.
He's
in it.
terrific.
But like, it's just one of those anything that can go wrong does
Goes
go
wrong.
wrong. Like
Over and over.
yes. And I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
do this.
you definitely don't like those.
hate 'em.
I would have
hate
pitched in for legs.
Yeah.
The best film was One Battle After Another. Best director, like I said, One Battle After Another for Paul Thomas Anderson. Leading actress was Jessie Buckley with Hamnet. Leading actor went to Robert Aramayo for I Swear.
God, I could go for a good Hamnet.
Supporting actress was Wunmi Masaku for Sinners. And best supporting actor, Sean Penn in One Battle After Another. He was amazing in the movie, but it's just a weird character. Adapted screenplay went to One Battle After Another for Paul Thomas Anderson. And animated film, it says Zootropolis 2. It was Zootopia, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why it says Zootropolis.
Maybe that's how the Brits say Zootopia.
Actually, yes, because I saw something from a red carpet, and it's called Zootropolis.
Okay.
Overseas.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah.
Because of
It
I saw
happens.
this adorable video with Jason Bateman and this very young girl on a red carpet.
Yeah.
And
She was meeting him as the voice of his character?
Yes, and she was
that's great.
British.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so BAFTAs are in. We'll see what the Oscars bring. During a town hall at UT Austin, alongside Matthew McConaughey, Timothée Chalamet reflected on his early career and lasting impact of working on Interstellar. He called Christopher Nolan his favorite director to this day, saying that The Dark Knight made him want to act. Excuse me, and Inception deeply inspired him. Reading the Interstellar script, he said he believed it was going to change the world, and said that Nolan approached the set like it was sacred. Chalamet credited Nolan and McConaughey's intense focus and discipline with giving him a license to take himself seriously as a young actor fresh out of high school, and added that witnessing Nolan's commitment made it hard to go back to college after that.
I really enjoyed Interstellar on the first viewing and thought it was tremendous, but I had my issues with it. And now, after seeing it a couple more times, its status has risen more.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
really?
I get it on a it hits me on a more emotional level.
Yeah.
I've made peace with the big sort of behind the bookshelf alien depiction of how time progresses.
Yeah, and dimensions.
And it really, it is an emotional movie now for me.
Yeah, I only gave it a once through.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back to it again.
It's a long one.
Yeah, it is.
a long movie, but yeah, I really, really dug it.
And then finally, let's see, 50 Cent.
50!
Has reportedly joined the cast of the upcoming Netflix comedy, The Fifth Wheel.
Should be the 50 wheel.
Adding that even more celebrity status to the impressive ensemble led by Eva Longoria. According to production insiders, the rapper and TV mogul has been spotted on the set for a couple of days. Netflix previously announced the comedy also stars Kim Kardashian, Nikki Glaser, and Brenda Song. A source told TMZ that the cast shot multiple scenes at Exchange LA, a popular nightclub in downtown LA, with 50 working closely with the cast in working closely with the cast in several takes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the rumor is he had some sort of shootout altercation and was shot 515 times.
515
The
times.
number might be wrong, but he was shot a lot.
He was shot a lot. Yeah.
While it's not confirmed how large his role will be, he is apparently pretty involved in the project, according to the sources. All right, we got some clips. CIA's latest Dick Wolf TV project centering around two federal agents working to foil domestic terrorists. And here, Tom Ellis details his excitement working with the legendary showrunner.
I was delighted, actually, when they came to me, because I love Dick Wolf stuff, and, he's obviously knows how to make good TV. So it was, I felt it was a huge compliment that they came to me and asked me to do this.
But yeah.
Yep. Series premiere of CIA is tonight, 10 p.m. You'll find that on CBS. Here's our next clip. A fictitious former NFL player trying to rehabilitate his image is the theme of the rise and fall of Reggie Dinkins. And here, Bobby Moynihan talks about what it's like acting in a mockumentary.
It's fun to shoot a fake documentary because you finish a funny line and then you look directly at the camera and essentially go, do you agree with me, audience? And it's very cool to bring, it feels like you're bringing the audience in on the comedy. It feels like another character in the show.
I don't give a f***.
A new episode of The Rise and Fall of Reggie Jenkins airs tonight. You'll find that at 8:30 p.m. on NBC.
You know the weird thing about Bobby Moynihan, his characters are very funny. He seems like a Farley-esque kind of guy.
Yeah.
But whenever I see him interviewed, it's like
Just straight ahead.
super straight ahead.
Yeah.
Like be more funny.
Bring the ha-ha.
Yeah.
All right, well, we welcome you to Monday Morning Friend. And here's a text that just came in. It says, morning, guys. Dump Truck Dan here. Please tell everyone, stay home. We're doing our best to plow and salt, but there are always those that think that it's a good idea to crowd the plow trucks. We are nearly 80,000 pounds and cannot stop on a dime. Do the math. Truck will always win. Stay safe and stay home. So
He
there's
speaks
advice.
the truth. And all the guys at work, we're seeing a crew right now trying to tend to a toppled over light pole.
Yeah.
They say the suggested distance is 6 to 8 car lengths behind a plow truck. Yeah.
Yep, I could see that. The snow is going to be off and on this morning. It's going to kind of taper off a little bit, and then it's going to re-intensify. The whole thing should be wrapping up late midday. You're going to see it really taper off after lunch, but it may continue to trickle in, to like 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, I heard from Adam Joseph this morning, and we're going to try and get a check-in with him. He's going to be doing some stuff.
The heck is he doing?
He's on this morning. I saw him on with Karen and Matt and the gang holding down the fort at 6 ABC. So everybody, it's all hands on deck.
I need to know some information from him besides the weather. Where does he get his suits?
Yeah.
Oh.
And how does he do his hair like that, too?
It's pretty amazing.
We got to talk to him. So we'll see if we can check in with him and find out what else we got going on. We're going to hang into our show. We are here for you, my friend. That's why we came in today. So whether you do have to get out and move around or you are stationary and
we're
hanging
playing the winning music right now.
Did we ever get a winner?
Yeah, that's right. We never.
You're
We
the
did.
winner.
I didn't play the music. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. Stay with us.
And fascinated on him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, it would just be incredible to one day play with him. And I think we had one night had a few beers together and we were maybe taking a pee or on the side of the house. And I said to him, and mind you, Josh's brother and their band was like signed. They were off and going to do something. And I had said to him, one day we're going to play in a band together. And he was probably like, you're crazy.
You were 15 years old.
You were 15?
Hey, told me drunk on the porch we were going to play together. I was such a big fan of his. I wanted that to be true, but that felt crazy. But here we are,
That's great.
Hey, I want to go back to the finished product. Have you guys changed anything that was quote unquote finished? Whether it be a lyric or chord progression, or have you, because you've been playing something or singing something for so long, and you go, you know what, man, this would have sounded, and you know what, you're the creator. You can do whatever the hell you want to it. Right. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever done anything that was kind of already in the books for years?
Yeah, we have. We've added little things like injecting like a cover of The Trooper inside a Coheed song, things
That's
like
cool.
that.
That's cool to be able to do that. That's cool.
Yeah, and you also, because when you make a record and you record the record, you only have this it feels like at least like this finite portion of time, and as you play it and perform it, you start to realize there are some things that you can do a little better, and you start to modify, and it happens.
And I was curious about musicians, bands that have a body of work. If you can kind of fall in and out of love with certain songs that you've written through the years, does that happen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I know.
What, if I may jump in here quickly, Preston, what song fell out of favor that is now back in favor?
What has fallen? That's a tough one.
Because
I know.
You don't, just to revisit, like sometimes you need to rediscover why you wrote it and loved it in the first place,
Right. There's one song we're performing on this tour that we haven't in a while, and I like the song, but it's just a difficult one, and it seems to be a fan favorite, and we haven't played it in a long time. But it's the one of the set list that I'm like, I want to battle You know, I want
Right.
to get it because it's really tough on my throat. And It's like right in the middle of the set, but it's called The Running Free.
Okay, so is it like in the show? You're like, all right, 3 more till the running. 3 more, 2 more. All right.
Do you,
Now I got to do it.
Do you guys all feel the same about that song in particular? Is it sort of a group, or do you all have your own specific songs?
No, I don't think that song. I mean, there's a song that we're playing from the new record, which is a big undertaking, and I think that every night when we get that done, for me in particular, I'll feel really good.
Okay. Okay. All right. What about you, Zach? Anything? Or is it just all easy?
No, it's definitely not all easy. No. Actually, yeah, there's some stuff, you know, from the new record where singing backup vocals is really difficult. So that kind of stuff will stress me out because I can't really sing that good. So.
And we know Josh is so good that there's no problem whatsoever.
Well, your music has so many different textures. It has so many different places that it can go to, from tender ballad to in your face, you know, that I would imagine the set list allows you time to take these breathers and flow. And you want the music to flow anyway when you're playing a show.
Yeah. We also curate a lot of segues to allow us time to,
Okay.
you know, keep vibe going and allow us time to just gather ourselves.
Speaking of segues, I'll use this one to see if we can get some music. It's what I do, Josh. All right. See if you can get some music for us this morning. And what song you want to do here, Claudio?
We're going to do the Liars Club.
Excellent. All right, this is Coheed and Cambria on MMR.
Liars, it's the fear that wakes us up. It's the truth that things are such a mess, far beyond repair. Your mind at a service, hard to find the words worth saying. Do to deserve this, everything seems broken when you look at it that way. It's a disease, and there ain't no cure. Oh, the truth is such a bore. Oh, do you want me to lie? 'Cause I can do it, baby, I can do it lie. Do you please ask me to? 'Cause life would feel much better when we just avoid the truth. Baby, are you okay to lie with me? Deep in disgrace, where empty retreats farther than it seems to be. The older I creep, the pain in my body, longing for the days in my teens, where I guess I'll accept this carriage, death me on the wheel with my mama staring. Jealousy here in the back seat. Or do you want me to lie? 'Cause I can do it, baby, I can do it lie. To you, please, I'm begging you, 'cause life would feel much better if we just avoid the truth. Baby, are you okay to lie with me?
my goodness. Yes.
That's beautiful.
That is just stunning. Coheed and Cambria, 93.3 WMMR. They've access to a window of the Waking Mind Tour. We'll be at the Leah Core Center on July 27th, and they're rehearsing, and they were in the vague vicinity, so came by this morning.
It was so glad you had you here. You know, Preston talked about getting emails and people being very excited, and that, you know, your fan base is so invested in what you do. And you mentioned Star Wars earlier. There was a point at which George Lucas became a pariah to his own fans. You know, how do you balance, because your fans have such ownership of your content, you know, they're so invested in it. Is that a fine line you have to walk?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think about it too much, just because, you know, a lot of the story is so directly related to my experiences when I'm writing it.
Right.
It's hard. Like, you know, there are things conceptually that I'll inject that I'll know that, like, for example, this last record and its story component ends on this cliffhanger that I really knew, like, when I came up with the idea, this is going to please the audience.
Yeah.
Like, in such a fantastic way. And it has so far. Like, as people are starting to digest the record and read the story, I'm seeing a lot of comments about it and people trying not to spoil the end. But for the most part, I try not to think about it. But when I get a concept that I know is going to be a home run, it's like, oh, this is going to be great.
That's excellent. That's a cool place to be at.
Yeah. Speaking of concepts and genre stuff and so on, because we had a nice lengthy conversation with you last time. Did you watch Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, right? Now, Nick has not finished it yet, so no spoilers.
Two episodes to go. I'm watching this weekend.
Get on it.
I know.
He's right.
It's funny because, you know, you're talking about spoilers, and in this day and age, information just gets out. You might just be scanning through Twitter about anything, and then all of a sudden you get some spoiler about Coheed, or you get some spoiler about Stranger Things, just because it's been out for a week or however long the record's been out. And so, as a consumer of the product, you're like, but I want to take that in. I want to be surprised by it. You know, it makes it's a weird challenge to have to present to yourself, but it's a challenge nonetheless. You know.
Yeah. Especially now when there's just so many avenues to get things spoiled. I mean, it's tough. Like, you know, if you're on social media, it's going to happen.
Well, you might be your realm. The story you've been telling with these many albums over the course of, you know, this epic story. I think it's. Unless you actually sit down and listen, it's harder to get spoiled. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so you might be, in all the realms, you might be the most immune to spoilers, correct?
Right. But it's funny because the other day my wife, because my wife and I, we partnered together on writing the story. And she got a social post that was a picture of the end of the story with the illustration and, you know, the big spoiler.
Right.
And she's like, I can't repost this, so she just like X's out all of the stuff.
Oh my God.
So it happens, but yeah, I think we're definitely in a safer zone.
Is there any talk of this coming to the screen?
You know, we started to talk with our agent at William Morris about trying to make it happen.
Meet with the Duffer Brothers.
It's funny you say that. But
Yeah.
I just saw that they put out. They have like now like a subsidiary of Netflix that they're putting out, and I sent it to management like, we should send this to the Duffer Brothers.
Yeah.
Like, why not? You know.
Do you see it as an animated story or? All right, thank you very much, Marissa. And Monday has arrived. All the warnings came through the last couple of days as we were watching, leading up to yesterday, getting an idea of what we were going to expect as far as snowfall goes. Seems like it's all coming true, and we're going to have Nor'easter Nick on in just a moment. He's getting set. All of the meteorologists are super duper busy this morning, so they are tying themselves up and keeping an eye on everything. He's ready to go. Oh my God, he's ready to go. Okay,
punctuality.
So yes. Oh, this is what we played last time we brought him on. So he's been hard at work trying to figure out the different models that were coming in and what we could have as far as fair expectations leading into this, and we are ready to welcome him on board now. Joining us via Zoom with a full presentation, ready to go, Nor'easter Nick is joining us again. Hey, Nick, how you doing, man?
All right, good morning. It is so good to be back. You know, it's I think we talked exactly a month ago about what was coming with the last storm. Well, this is so much worse than that storm for many reasons, including the wind. And this is the first bona fide blizzard that we have had region-wide in 30 years.
Wow.
So remember when I was on your show, we talked about how the blizzard of 1996 was what did it for me. Well, this is going to do it for an entire other generation. We're going to be talking about the blizzard of 26 in 20, 30 years from now. So really incredible to see come together. We have reduced visibility, obviously looking from Camden over into the city. You can't really see the buildings, right? So your visibility is down to under a mile. There's the USS New Jersey sitting there in all their glory. Temperatures are hovering right around the freezing point. So it is a heavy, wet, compact snow. It's heart attack inducing snow. All right. So we want to be clear here that if you have cardiovascular issues, if you have any kind of health issue, just hire the kid down the street, give them $20-$30 and they'll be able to clear it out for you. The worst of it is behind us though. The winds are still going to be an issue for a little bit through early to mid-afternoon, but the heaviest snow is shutting off. The mesoscale banding is now through Monmouth and Ocean County, and this is gradually going to be pulling away. Now, in the Philly metro area, we are seeing just fine flakes at this moment. But if you're looking for the heavier stuff, you got to go into New Jersey. We still have the blizzard warnings in effect because of the 50-mile-an-hour plus gusts. I think that these blizzard warnings will be allowed to expire this afternoon, though they are in effect until 6 o'clock. But the winds right now gusting to 57 in Tuckerton. Look at that reduced visibility right along the North Jersey coastline. Visibility will improve as we go into the next several hours as the snow lightens up a little bit. I know my IFB is cutting out a little bit. I don't know if you've been trying to talk to me.
No, we're good. I just want to ask a couple of questions. First, an observation, and certainly this has, as you well pointed out, and in fact, following your coverage has been terrific. But we're not rolling into a 8 or 9 day sub-zero vortex. So for me, that's a plus. In fact, what you've been forecasting are warmer temperatures. So we won't be dealing because the solidification of the snow immediately after the last one is what made it that absolute horror show. We're not going to have that this round, correct?
No, not at all. We're going to have a different issue, though. The last one was a very slow melt. It took 26 days for it to disappear. We had sub-freezing temperatures. We had sub-zero temperatures, wind chills, -20. None of that is going to exist with this one. However, it is going to be a quicker melt. I think it's gone within 5 days. So that's going to lead to basements flooding in the Blackwood area, Northwest South Jersey, all those directions there. But we have a clay soil. And that clay soil doesn't absorb the water very well. So there's going to be issues in that department. But no, we are not looking at the freezing rain. We are not looking at the ice aspect of this. It's just what you see out there right now. And then it's going to be gradually melting. But one thing I do want to point out is with the wind, we have over 100,000 residents in New Jersey right now without power. We've got about 20,000 without power in Pennsylvania. So this is something that is a very impactful thing, and it's going to begin to move on out of here over the next several hours, and conditions will improve.
Nor'easter Nick, I know, like you said, it's kind of light and flaky at this point. For the rest of the day, is there potential of another inch or so on what we already have, depending on where you are?
Yeah, so here's the timeline for today. We still have a heavier bands of snow with 1 to 2 inches possible, mostly to the east of the city, even the Jersey Shore area. But I would say for the city, the surrounding area, the Philly metro area, we're probably looking at maybe another 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. Not that you're even going to notice it at this point because there's so much out there. But no, we are done. You see on our futurecast here, things wrap up. You still have that mesoscale banding along the coastline. But by late morning, early afternoon, it's really just these fine flakes left over that aren't going to further accumulate.
So I'm going to hyper-tailor this question to our existence. We all kind of stayed at the hotel. Marissa, went home last night, but stayed at a hotel across the street here. I'm about 10 minutes away, but you guys and you and Hurricane Schwartz, by the way, great to see him. We're forecasting, saying everything was going to hit at exactly the time I'd be driving in. And at that time in the morning, I just felt, no, why risk it? So that said, later on, as things start to peter out and we're in the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock range, can I confidently return home, snow blow, clear everything, and be fairly confident that everything will be a lot more approachable tomorrow morning?
Oh, for sure, 100%. I know that there's still going to be school delays and cancellations, especially in areas that have picked up, a foot and a half of snow. But the intense banding is done for our area, at least. It's just fine flakes left over, so the visibility is going to improve. There's still going to be some blowing and drifting snow around, but again, no more accumulating snow at this point. So whatever is on the ground right now, you can freely clear. I know that the plow trucks, PennDOT, NJDOT are out there clearing everything. So once that process is done, you're absolutely fine to go home. I'd say by lunchtime, you're good to go traveling again. I think our travel ban has already expired in New Jersey. It should have been extended another couple hours, but whatever. But yes, the afternoon, you're absolutely fine to go.
Hey, Nick, I'm looking out the window here in Bala Cynwyd. Trees are still moving around pretty good. Are the winds going to be an issue for the rest of the day?
Yeah, so we're looking at 30 to 40 mile an hour winds in the Philly metro area. I would say probably dying down around 3 or 4 o'clock, but it's still going to be elevated. You're still going to have 20, 30 mile an hour gusts. By tonight, it'll fully start to relax, and you'll get back to a sense of normalcy where it doesn't sound like a freight train out there. But with the wind currently and the weight of the snow on the branches, that's going to lead to down power lines. So the prospect of more power outages is certainly on the table for the next few hours at least.
So leading into this, and this is the cycle that we, in this line of work, for whoever determines these things, we're considered essential workers. That's okay. Right. So we've got to come in. That's fine. No problem. Love doing it. Love being on the air right now with you. But the notion that this, and you'd called it earlier, this Sunday night, Sunday evening snowstorm cycle sucks. And
I know.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
And I remember the last time it was this case. How are things looking? And I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to do it because you're a learned man. How are we looking for the play out of the rest of the weeks and months leading into spring?
Yeah, so I think when I was on your show, we were obviously talking about that storm, but I told you that there was another plowable snow in the future. This is that.
Okay.
We've had it. And now I think the pattern overall is going to start to relax a little bit, but there's always an opportunity. I'm watching the first week of March. If that comes together, that would likely be the last one of the season. But March is always a volatile month. It's going to have these wild swings this year, pretty much, par for the course with March weather. I would not be shocked if we get another, maybe not as big as this one, but maybe another 4 to 6 inch snow before everything is done and gone. Wow. We've got El Nino that's going to be settling in. Typically, that means that you're average with the temperatures for the spring and summer, so it shouldn't be overly hot, but it also kind of exacerbates the severe weather situation. So, as of late, we've been seeing more tornadic activity, those straight line wind thunderstorms. So I think that's probably going to be a little bit more common this spring and summer going forward.
If we do get a third plowable snowstorm, that'll be the most I remember in a while. I mean, obviously you get the ones that are the big blizzards, and we have a large amounts in one shot, but I remember it's usually about 2, and that's it as far as breaking up the snowblower. So this is a big year for snowfall.
Oh, absolutely. I think the last time we had a winter like this was 2010. It was my first year forecasting professionally for TV 40 in Atlantic City. We had 53 inches of snow that winter. We're not going to get quite there, but with these totals, I think we're already pushing over 30 inches for the season. So for us snow lovers, very, very happy about it. But even though I love this stuff, I'm sick and tired of it. Well, trees are green and red roses too.
Yep.
Norris Nick, I just wanted to let you know, let you be the first to know this, and I'm kind of proud of this. In anticipation of that third storm, I bought a large white blanket. I'm going to cover myself with it and lay in the middle of the road so that I can be plowed into oblivion.
Ooh.
Because I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Wow. That is dark. That is dark.
All right. Well, Nick, we know you're a busy man, obviously. So thank you so much for taking the time out to give us, the finals on this one. And if anything else is coming, we hope we can reach out to you.
Sure. Anytime. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Nor'easter Nick, guys. There he is.
I love we get the full video.
Yep.
He's Changing screens.
Getting tired of the f***ing I'm f***ing tired of the f***ing
Oh, my God.
Let me ask you a question, Preston. Because I already know the answer for you, Steve. But for you, you have a young man at home.
Yeah.
When you go home, is things going to be shoveled and all that?
Yeah, but the young man would have done it. That's Rochelle, man.
Oh.
She'll get out there and do that. She's a dive right into it kind of gal for sure.
Is Parker required to? They can't. I got a fairly large delivery at the beginning of the snowfall yesterday from Amazon. I'm like, I did not expect to see you guys today.
No, he was. So he hurt his back recently, so he's actually off work for that. But they had put out for his group, Lightspeed. They had put out that they were not going to be working yesterday.
Yeah.
Or last night anyway, and they're definitely off today. So
are you not impressed? I mean, honestly, going about and seeing the plow trains and seeing the private plow companies, working it and clearing, it's a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
And I see these guys out there and they're pulling all kinds of crazy hours. Now, certainly a lot of the private companies are going to make a lot of money, but that's an F of a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to have somebody's going to take care of business for you at home?
But I was thinking about this because my son is away at college, and that
come home.
No, Steve, that wouldn't change anything.
Really?
Yes.
You are a very good dad, but I think I would. I see nothing wrong with beating.
Yeah, well, I didn't do that, and I think that's where the issue is that he doesn't fear me at all.
There's no fear whatsoever.
And I think that sometimes fear works better than respect, and I got neither of those two things. So,
dude, if I was just expected.
Yeah,
I would shovel. That was it.
And so when I was growing up, our sidewalk was brick. And it was not flush. It was the worst thing.
Oh, that
to shovel.
sucks.
Yeah. And then our driveway too, because our driveway was old and had all sorts of dips and
uneven. That
super
blows.
Uneven. Yeah.
To be honest, that's why on a corner street, I have a very long sidewalk that goes in front of the house and down the back.
Yeah.
When I moved in, I said, F it. When they were doing the hardscaping in the patio, I said, just do the whole sidewalk because it was that uneven slate.
Yeah.
Shoveling, clank.
Yeah, forget it.
And then you couldn't snow blow it because it was, it was bopping up and down. So once I did that, it made it a whole hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely. So there's going to be plenty of people busy today getting this all done. Looking at it, it doesn't look as bad as that. Now, it depends on where you are. I'm just looking here in Ballackinwood. I just remember this last snowfall it seemed a little bit more intense.
You said it felt more when you were walking from the hotel.
Yeah, Case, when we were walking, when we did the shift that night and walked over, I thought it was deeper then than it is today.
Also, it sucked. It wasn't and especially when we were done and we got home on Monday, it was all icy and all that. So this seems like it's going to be easier to clean up.
I don't know. He said it's heavier. That's what Nor'easter Nick said. It's a thicker, heavier, wetter snow.
Okay, but I mean, the fact that we rolled over to that ice sheet right after.
Yes.
And I will always remember that first storm for that nightmare. And I had to tell him, my wife has been out of town a lot recently. I said, hon, just to put this in perspective, you're not here. I have spent 6 days shoveling the same snowfall in various capacities. Sometimes I'm shoveling, sometimes I'm chipping, and that was what made that so dramatically worse.
I'll let you guys know because I attempted to do something the last snowstorm and it didn't work, but I learned from my mistakes. No, I put tarps on my cars.
Oh.
And so last time I didn't batten the tarps down, and so they just blew off. And so it didn't really do anything. So this time I actually tied the tarps down. So I will let you know how that ends up working out for me.
I misheard you.
Yeah.
My car's covered with carps.
Oh, no.
Carps.
It's probably smelly.
Yeah, it is.
It was funny. So some of us did stay at the hotel last night. And for those of us who imbibe alcohol, what is it about staying at a hotel that makes you want to imbibe alcohol? I don't know what it is.
It's like a daycare.
But
where
yes, last night I'm like, I drank enough booze over the weekend. I don't need to be, I'm not going to do Sunday fun day tonight. And then I had a little conversation with myself. I'm like, you could you could have a couple little drinky
You're going to be
poos.
able to sleep in a little bit more.
You get an extra half hour of sleep, and sure, it's a little 10-minute walk, no problem. So
Well,
I listened to that little voice.
I appreciate that because I feel like the snow day excitement is kind of gone. Like what I
We don't get
experienced
it.
when I was in my 20s, and like Mannion could be lit up. Everyone's like, I don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
But now everyone works hybrid, and you can just be on a computer all day, and so that
Although yesterday, and that's work definitely,
Yeah.
but Caleb, who goes to school, got a notification that the classes were canceled, and I was there at the moment that they got the message. It was like, ooh, no school tomorrow. Yeah. So they were very excited about that.
Some mayors, I guess, throughout the Northeast have elected to say, you're off.
Yeah.
We just can't. Forget hybrid, forget whatever. Because at this point, but I don't even know how effective that is, all things considered, but it's just too much.
I didn't imbibe it all last night, but when I got to the hotel, Ricky Batalico and John from down the hall and those guys were all there. So I hung and talked to those guys for maybe like 10 minutes or so. And then the 6ABC crew came in. So it was Adam and Alicia Vitarelli, some producers and stuff like that. And I talked to those guys for a little while. And then I was like, I got to go.
Are you in the hotel proper or the suites?
They have suites?
Yeah.
No, I'm just in a hotel proper.
There's another place I've stayed over there before.
Oh, that's what the home.
That's where I was.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I had my hoagie primos, which I like to cut. I like to microwave it and warm it up and cut it. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm screwed. But I go over to the kitchen. What's there? A couple plates, a knife.
No kidding.
Microwave. I'm like, I'm back in business.
It's funny because I brought ramens with me, and I didn't have a microwave to heat it up in, so I just heat chocolate.
They have one down in the lobby.
Yeah.
or you can use your coffee maker and make boiling water.
You're right.
And just pour it in a coffee
But
cup.
it's a microwavable cup. I don't want to do it that way. I wanted to do it the other.
I cauterized a room with my in-room coffee maker.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I actually ate dinner before I came, but
I tell you what was cool though, being up. So I was up on the 12th floor and overlooking the reservoir, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And to see that start to fill in and everything, it was an interesting look. And the Philadelphia skyline.
Yeah.
Which became unseeable quickly.
I realized last night, I told you guys I have that like sensory issue where like ripping cotton kind of bothers me. Well, like walking on that soft snow last night is that same feeling, that like crunch. It's not like a frozen crunch.
Yep.
It's a fresh crunch.
It's like a powder crunch.
Oh my God. It was like nails down my spine with every step.
You
It
would
was
have died this
terrible.
morning because I was walking over from the hotel, eating cotton candy, pulling cotton balls away, and crunching the snow. It was just crazy.
The worst of all worlds.
Yeah.
There is something cool about it being out in the middle of a main street when there's no traffic on it and just walking down the middle of the road.
Yeah, most definitely. We're looking out the window here, not really seeing any cars going. Well, actually, I just saw a car go by right there. Maybe things are picking up a little bit. Obviously, the crews are out and they're working, and they're gonna, we've got text coming in. A guy texted in a moment ago, said he's been at it for 16 hours.
16 hours. Do you think that there are people, by the way, and I'm watching a smattering of the news channels last night, news reports. Do you think there are people that just wait for the snow so they can go out with their bizarre bicycle or bizarre jogging outfit or whatever so that they can be, we found this guy here in Manayunk who's on a unicycle.
Maybe.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And just wait for the moment so they can go out and be that behind the scenes, the interviewee.
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean that's why I have my fun little snowsuits.
Yeah.
We got up to this man in a very loud snowsuit.
By the way, I got here last night around a little bit before 6 o'clock, and in the parking lot, it was just a dusting, just maybe an inch of snow on the ground, and they were already. I was surprised they were already plowing it. In our parking lot. I'm like, that's kind of. Don't you want to wait a little bit?
I was thinking the same thing because when I was walking the little deli across the street, people were shoveling outside of that. I was like, well, you're just going to have to continue to do that. And it wasn't like that much accumulation at that point.
I know when we get totals that are in like the 10 and 12 inch range, I'll go out like midway and knock it out, just so it makes it a little bit easier on that second round. But I mean, like it had just gotten started and they were already doing it.
I think that they have a rotation of places that they do. So they're like, okay, we're going to start here and then we'll go to location B and then C and then D and then E and then back to A.
Yeah, so you have to get started at some point, right? I was thinking about that. There's a whole bunch of buildings in the city, and there's people out shoveling. There's really nothing. But it's probably because that guy's getting paid to be there. Yeah. So would you rather him just sitting on a stool or get started somehow?
I was saying to you guys, I was watching this new thing. It seems new to me. These snow melting trucks.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. It's like a hell on wheels, literally. Like they just dump the snow, thousands of pounds of snow that they're scooping up. They put it into this open top truck, and it's got to be, I don't know what they're using as a heat source, but they melt it, and it appears that the runoff goes into the sewers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not seen those yet.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I saw one guy last night. It was barely a dusting at this point, and he was outside with his leaf blower, and it was like plugged in inside, and he was just getting rid of whatever was in front of his house. He was on top of it.
Yeah, leaf blower will do the job early on if you want to just move some of that dusty stuff.
So we're looking at the video in the studio here. This is the vehicle. This is the snow melter.
Okay.
Isn't that pretty badass?
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Nice. And if they get it right into the sewer system, that will alleviate some, puddling in streets and stuff along those lines. We were looking at totals earlier, and like Atlantic County, or maybe it was it Mount Holly in New Jersey was up at like 16 inches or something ridiculous like that.
So, obviously there are places that get feet and feet, that's what they're used to. We're not used to that. But I mean, this 1-2 punch is the thing that is. So is this easier because we had the first one?
Yeah.
Right?
I think it is.
I feel it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far anyway. But that first one kind of was the all right, we're getting it this year.
That was the unzip.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's out.
Now you're all warmed up.
Yeah.
I was trying to think back to like 1996. Was it that much worse, or were we just not prepared for it, or did we just all hunker down and say like
it was that much worse?
It was that much worse.
Yeah, it was over 20 inches.
Okay,
so that's substantial.
I think of the snowfalls as a kid, and I think, is it because I was shorter?
Yeah.
the amount seems so much more substantial.
But Marissa, I think it's probably safe to say that it's a combination of the two, right? Like we didn't have the same technology and the same capabilities, and we've learned, from past snowstorms what works, what doesn't work, but also it was twice as much.
Okay.
It was twice as much. And man, that was a great time. I didn't have to work the next day.
Dude, well, that's something in general. I was watching a couple of people walking to work this morning. They were walking to hospitals.
Yeah.
They've got to go in. We're here. We're expected to be here.
Mm-hmm.
The days of, oh boy, it's snowing on a Sunday night. I'll just call in, or they're going to close the offices. No, we haven't had that for decades.
Never.
Yeah, well, somebody's always got to be here.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we don't shut down. And in fact, when I first moved here in 1996 at WDRE, there were people who were sleeping at the radio station, and they wouldn't leave. They just did shifts. They'd trade off. Somebody would sleep, and then somebody would come back on the air.
Do you remember the time it was at Y100 in media, and I think it was post hurricane or something, where there were the actual studio equipment was on, but the lights in the rest of the building were off, and there was like candlelight. Do you remember this?
I don't remember that. That sounds pretty cool.
I do. I remember it just locked in my mind. It was the coolest thing, and whatever it was. But I remember like there were like candle, which could be problematic, but it was very cool.
I've never, fortunately, knock on wood, had the power go out because of something that took place in the winter. Anytime we ever had power go out as a kid, it was always during, tolerable weather. And it is a fear of mine, is losing power in the dead of winter. Now, it's, this isn't the 1800s. We're going to be able to find a place to go to.
Right.
I need some leeches.
But Rochelle went and bought a couple of different types of safe indoor heaters. One that you hook up directly to a propane canister.
Yeah.
Like you use for your grill.
Right.
And then there's a clean type of kerosene that you can burn as well for an indoor heater. So we actually got those for emergency purposes.
Yeah, Preston, it is a hellish nightmare. In 2016, at the restaurant where I live in Narberth, we lost power, and it was out for a week and doing everything under the sun.
Wow.
The worst of it was, we lost our entire refrigeration room because of it.
Oh, no.
And gets better. We restock it. Power's back. Yay! Prepped everything. Went out again. Had to do the whole process over again.
Hey, did you Did you take the stuff outside? Was it cold enough?
No,
to
it
do
was
that?
it was just length of time.
Did you play hockey with it?
Yeah, I thought about it. Yeah, little ice hockey with it.
Those considerations. I remember when Main Street flooded in Manayunk, and I was Preston. We were doing the river deck.
Yeah,
the water hit a certain level with the stored beer and all the booze in the basement. Gone.
Yeah.
Law says you cannot ever serve that.
Oh, really?
I mean, that now they're insured, obviously, but what a massive pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can confirm. Insurance is a nightmare with that stuff.
Yeah.
We lost power once before you guys came to MMR. We had day off on the slopes up at Jack Frost, and we were supposed to do the morning show. And the day before was pretty bad. I remember we were driving up that long road to get to the mountain, and a tree had fallen down. And it was the first time that I was like out in the Poconos, and like all these trucks stopped. Everybody pulled chainsaws out of their back of their trucks, just ran over, but it up and pulled it off to the side.
I'm sure Pierre took out his chainsaw.
He's
okay.
OSHA certified. But the next morning, the storm continued, and we couldn't do the broadcast. There was just no power on the mountain. Yeah.
Wow. That would have to be a first. What was anything?
Well, there was probably a DJ back here running the board.
Yeah.
So whoever was here running the board just DJ'd that morning. Maybe we ended up getting on at like 8 or 9 a.m. But because Rodney, Rodney figures it out. But.
A couple texts coming that says, "Hey, there was an ice storm a couple years ago. Everybody I know lost power. It was freezing in my house. Me and my cat were hiding under piles of blankets to keep warm." Just got this text says, "Power's been out for over 8 hours at my house in Reading." And then he gave me a really angry emoji with that. So.
Yeah, my heart goes out to you. So, Preston, of the two, and this was actually one of the things I considered when I got a generator, which are, oddly enough, they're actually the one price, the one cost outlay at the beginning, I think pays for itself. They're less expensive than you may think.
Right.
I won the powers, the whole house. But it's really the peace of mind of that fear that you see the ice storm coming in, and you're like, "Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Am I going to wake up? Am I going to wake up in the dark? Or what am I going to do?" That eliminates that.
Yeah. So my neighbor has a generator, and so that one cardboard classic where the nor'easter came through, we ended up losing power for days, and he brought us.
That's right.
Yeah. He brought us a nice long extension cord, and we were able to plug at least the refrigerators and stuff in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, I did not mind hearing from Nor'easter Nick that in the first week of March we might get a little more snow. We have the cardboard classic coming.
That's fine.
We want some fresh powder pack powder for that one. And just a reminder that registration is still available. It's coming to an end though. I think. Hang on.
This Friday?
Is it? I know it's towards the end of the month here, but registration is February 27th. That's the deadline. So if you've not done that yet, you can sign up now, and you're in a perfect opportunity to test run some stuff. If you have some concepts and you want to, like build a smaller model before you do the big one, you can do that now.
Drive it into work.
Yeah, I want to. But you can go to PrestonandSteve.com and get all the information there. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting just a little bit more snow. Just knowing that it's going to be cold enough. Sometimes, because we do that first week in March, and there have been years where we're like, oh my God, it's way too warm to do
and then
this.
they crease the top of the hill and then just like locks because it's too wet.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be okay, which is good news in that regard. But nonetheless, whatever you're up to today, the theme of the day is safety. Be careful. Don't go anywhere if you don't need to. We will handle spending some time and killing a little bit of time with you. So we're going to take a quick break, come back in a second, and we'll get into some bizarre file stories on this second big snowstorm of 2026. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I see it as all of them. I could see it as an animation. I could see it as a live action film or show.
What do you think your fans would like to see it as?
That's a good question. I think probably a show just because it's more in line with the format of a comic.
Yeah.
Seeing as comic book is like 12 issues, primarily like in like an arc, so 12 episodes in an episodic. I could see that. I could see it like that, but these Vaxxas stories really, to me, play out more like a film.
Who rocks your world in as far as who were your seminal influences as far as science fiction? And I assume you're all in the genre as far as a love of this material. You in particular, Claude?
I mean, yeah, just growing up, Star Wars. I mean, I was born in '78, so that was just in
your wheelhouse.
Yeah. And then, I was so into that I was looking for, sitting up waiting for HBO to maybe get the license and play it. And find things like Kroll, or I think
we talked about Kroll.
Yeah. Kroll was a favorite of mine. Like,
Dune
really.
sits right in your wheelhouse, right? I forget if we asked you last time, but have you seen? Do you saw the most recent?
I love.
I mean, that's right in your pocket there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Big sci-fi world building. It's become my thing. I think about it now. I'm like, wow, I've been doing it 20 years. It's actually over 20 years because the concept was born in '98, and I'm just like, wow, it's so bizarre when I see all of the characters and we do the comic conventions and even the crews, like when people fans cosplay as like characters in the story that they seem to resonate with. It's like, wow, that's pretty powerful. Like, I've always wanted to have that. I've always wanted to do that,
How many times have you seen a cosplayer come up and you think to yourself, wow, I envision that character more in shape?
Yeah.
In my mind, different.
You know what happens. Like there was a guy who used to come out to our events, very nice, but we eventually called him Captain Central America.
Yeah.
Because he was less impressive than Captain America.
And then we had Cross-Eyed Batman.
Yeah.
Hey, they're having fun. They're definitely having fun.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
From the characters in the story, do people reach out to you and say that they've gotten inspiration and in their own personal lives and so on? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Just inspired to create stories or
fan fiction, basically, off your stuff.
Well, that happens. That could happen. But even just like aspiring to be like an author of some sort.
Wow.
Or a creator.
That's so cool.
So.
Nice. Do we have time to get another song out of you?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let me make sure I'm there for you guys.
All right. I'll mention again, Vaxxas 2 Window of the Waking Mind tour at Leah Core Center on July 22nd. You can get tickets. Just go to coheedandcambria.com. All the tour information and ticket sales information is right there. What are we going to hear now, Claudio?
Shoulders.
Excellent. This is Shoulders on MMR's Coheed and Cambria.
Shoulders, you go going out of your way just to keep me down. Maybe we weren't made for each other, and I'm just the one can't keep around. That's the life you chose. Everybody's laughing at you, I forget you. But change is the exception. Time to breathe your life outside this shadow. When they keep laughing at you, Dad, you got to say, hey, hey. My wicked eyes to see that I'm the one. With the world on my shoulders.
Yeah. Oh, man. You guys sound so damn good.
We gave each other the nod there, Preston.
We were like,
Yeah,
Coheed and Cambria, 93.3 WMMR. It's everything that rocks. It's Shoulders. That's just awesome, man. We love that song. Are a lot of these songs, now you're playing these acoustic today, obviously, are a lot of them born on the acoustic guitar, or do they start somewhere else?
You know, Liars Club may have been born on acoustic guitar, but not in that fashion, probably more like it is on the record. And I think Shoulders was just sort of right into like an amp, you know.
Okay.
So it was guitar driven, but not acoustic.
Yeah, I guess everybody has their method of writing songs, or they might just be kind of scattershot, doing it here and there. How do you do it?
That's kind of what I do. It's just it really all depends. Like I'll write something maybe on piano. I'll rock on acoustic guitar, synthesized program stuff. I'll do whatever like sort of inspires.
We have a friend, and we're very lucky to have befriended this guy for a number of years now. His name is Michael Giacchino. He's a composer, and he has done everything from he wrote the music for The Incredibles.
He just did Thor.
He did the recent Thor film, and he did the Batman.
Right.
And he's like the guy. He's like the John Williams.
Amazing, and a complete. You would pick up with him immediately, you guys, because he's a pop culture nerd to the 10th level.
So he's from New Jersey, and we've been friends from him. We've been to his house in LA and all this stuff. But anyhow, I'm always fascinated with orchestration, how it can start here on the piano, but it ends up being multi-instrument on something completely different, samples and all these things. And does that... You don't hear that right away, do you? Or, when you're writing a song and maybe playing it on this instrument, but maybe hearing it on another one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like clarity definitely comes with like with the sound. I could absolutely play something here that I might not vibe with, and then go and play it on piano or program it, and all of a sudden it feels like a different world, and it works. It's like this is the nucleus now of the song.
I've always wondered that.
The reason I brought that up, the reason I brought Michael up is because he has a whole orchestra to choose from and to pick, and I'm like, well, how do you know that's an oboe that's going to play that part? When you have all these things to choose from.
And it might be an acoustic performance here this morning, but Josh is getting a workout in the back, and I am impressed by the tambourine on the left foot, Josh. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I know. This is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking this is more confusing than playing the drums. I was watching him. I'm like, what's going on back there?
I couldn't take my eyes off of Josh the whole performance. It was mesmerizing.
We were connected. I could feel it.
That's it. So he's sitting on an instrument that's called a cajon, and then he took a tambourine and just shoved his foot through it, through the hole, and he has an egg shaker.
So I think it's the... He's got it all back there. He's like one of those guys with the cymbals between his knees and the
That's where this all ends. I'm okay with that.
Josh,
I don't want to say he's carrying the whole band, but I mean,
Josh, the next thing you know,
Not singing.
Josh is out on Fisherman's Wharf with a case out in front of him, and
hey,
it's come to this.
Do you like
now.
my monkey? I wanted to ask, speaking of Josh and drumming, and I doing research, and I had not seen this, and I don't know this is even remotely true, but at one point was Taylor Hawkins, did he do any studio work for you guys?
Yes, he did on the record No World for Tomorrow.
Okay, what was that experience like?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, we were kind of going through some turmoil, and Taylor just kind of brought an energy that I think we really needed to, pull Travis and myself like out of the rut we were in.
Right. But I don't get the impression that you employ a lot of hired guns when you're putting your music together, do you?
Oh no, not really. I mean, usually when it's auxiliary situations,
okay,
like maybe some like Latin percussions, or this last record we had a fellow by the name of Chris Jonke come in and help like with the orchestrations and things like that. But primarily like this is the performance.
Right. Yeah, it just sounds fantastic. It really is. Is it difficult because you're so firmly entrenched with your style? You're again many years. You're talking about how long you've been at it, and hopefully we're serving the purpose of bringing new people into the fold. Is that something that is in your mind, or if it happens, it happens?
Like bringing extra people,
new people to the cause.
We have done it in live performances in the past. Background singers, auxiliary keys, that sort of situation. I mean, I think about
I was meaning on more like a listener fan base.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bringing them in how?
In other words, because people who are unfamiliar with your music, who may have perceived you a different way, not realizing, is that something that you look to do, or is that even...
Absolutely.
I mean, anybody would want more ears on their stuff, but I wonder if that's an active modus operandi there.
It is. It's definitely, the music is very personal to me, and I think it has a very universal quality to it.
Right.
Concept sort of aside. And yeah, I mean, I would love to reach a bigger audience, and I think it has the potential to do that,
Yeah, it's funny. I just quickly, Preston, bring up like when we had Ghost and Tobias Forge in here, and it presents one way, and then you see, it's actually like this, and and you can sort of clear misconceptions about what we've learned about you and how fascinating the whole thing is. I think a lot of people are now finding that a very intriguing aspect. So hopefully we're helping in that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think so.
By the way, Josh had tweeted out earlier that he was appearing on the show this morning and got a tweet back from Zach Myers of Shinedown and said to tell us all hi.
Cool.
Here at WMMR. Do you guys have buddy bands, guys that you, for some reason or other, a whole other band that you've become tight with? I mean, you tour with other groups. I'm sure you've played festivals throughout the years and things like that. That's for any of you guys. Any other bands that have become, really tight with Coheed and Cambria?
Well,
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. There's numerous bands that I think we all have toured with throughout the years that we've gotten closer with relationship-wise in the past few years. For me personally, I have our friends from a band that we toured with early on called Thursday. Some friends from a band called Circus Survive that we toured with a lot. They're actually from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
How do your shows... How do they? I mean, obviously they differ in how long your set is. But when you do like,
thanks, Marissa. Let's take a stab at the Bizarre File. Here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by The Bagster. Buy yours now at any home improvement store. Just $29.99. You fill it up, they pick it up on your schedule. The Bagster dumpster in a bag. Buy, fill, gone. I got a lot of interesting stories. We're going to start with this one. A North Carolina elementary school teacher has been arrested after authorities say she used a racial slur and punched another shopper during a dispute over rotisserie chickens.
God, they are good.
At a Sam's Club on Valentine's Day. Ashley Murph, 42 years old, faces a charge of third-degree assault and battery.
It sounds like the worst rom-com ever.
Deputies were dispatched to the store after receiving reports of an assault inside the warehouse retailer. Investigators say the confrontation began while customers were standing in line. The alleged victim told deputies that Murph directed a racial slur at her, sparking a verbal argument. The situation escalated when the victim attempted to photograph Murph, at which point Murph allegedly punched her in the face. The argument...
How can I make this worse?
It may have been triggered by a disagreement over rotisserie chickens. According to a friend of the victim, Tanae Parker, the woman had offered to purchase an extra chicken for an elderly shopper who was unable to stand in line herself. Parker said customers are allowed to buy more than one chicken and described the dispute as unnecessary and shocking. Parker further alleged that Murph used a racial epithet twice before the physical confrontation occurred. She said her friend had been dealing with both physical and emotional effects since the incident, including headaches and distress from being struck. By the time deputies arrived at the store, Murph had left the scene. Authorities later reviewed store surveillance video footage and identified her as the alleged aggressor.
I understand you're having flashbacks from a chicken incident.
Based on that investigation, a warrant was issued for her arrest. She was taken into custody. The incident has drawn attention both because the alleged use of racial language and because Murph is a public school teacher. While law enforcement continues to review the circumstances surrounding the altercation, the episode has raised questions about conduct in public spaces and the consequence that may follow when disputes escalate into violence. Former New Haven police chief Carl Jacobson has been arrested and turned himself into state police. Last month, Jacobson suddenly retired after 3 assistant police chiefs confronted him about missing money from the confidential informant fund.
Carl, good to see you.
While Jacobson initially admitted to stealing $10,000, an investigation revealed $81,500 was unaccounted for.
I told a fib.
Jacobson stole the money from the Narcotic Enforcement Program Fund between January 2024 and January 2026, and $4,000 from the Police Activity League Fund.
How come we're not getting any informants?
The investigation began after Acting Chief David Zanelli received concerns from Sergeant Sanchez about Jacobson's behavior. In late December, Sanchez reported that Jacobson had not provided money to pay informants for November and December, which was unusual. 3 assistant chiefs confronted Jacobson about the missing funds. Zanelli secretly recorded the conversation on his phone. Jacobson admitted to spending too much money on gambling.
Listen, I can't give you any money for this information, but how about a rotisserie chicken?
He said he was seeking help. When asked how long the theft had been going on, he said, not long, just a month. He told the assistant chiefs that he had taken $10,000 between the last 2 months and pleaded with them to let him replace the money and retire. When asked if there was any money left in the fund, Jacobson said no, and also admitted that he had a gambling problem and was taking out a loan to replace the stolen money.
Yeah.
He said his gambling was done, though. He did it through apps and his phone. Bank records show he deposited 2 $5,000 checks from the Narcotic Enforcement Program into his personal account in December of 2025. He had, in 2025, Jacobson cashed 14 checks totaling $70,000 from the Narcotic Enforcement Program. Of that amount, only $23,000 was accounted for, leaving $47,000 unaccounted for. So the dude was gambling like crazy.
Like crazy, yeah.
And in fact, where do you hear these numbers? The records from gambling platforms showed that between January of 2025 and 2026, he wagered $4.46 million on DraftKings and FanDuel, losing a total of $214,000.
So I would imagine that if you keep gambling that consistently, that you'll start to just keep winning.
Oh, right. That's how it usually works, Steve. Yes.
Good at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
My God.
Last November, somebody won. This is an interesting story, and I want you guys to take on it. Last November, somebody won the Arizona lottery, but no one's quite sure who. And now Circle K is asking a Maricopa County court to sort it out. So according to the lawsuit, Circle K filed earlier this week, an unknown person walked into the store in Scottsdale. The customer asked for several tickets to the pick game, in which players try to match 6 numbers that are drawn 3 times a week. The clerk printed 85 tickets, which cost $1 each, but the customer paid only $60. The remaining 25 tickets, the suit states, were set aside, but were not sold to another customer. That evening, one of those unsold tickets matched all 6 numbers hitting the jackpot. The Arizona lottery says the odds of a ticket hitting are roughly 1 in 7 million. The jackpot was worth $12.8 million.
Nice.
The next morning, the store manager, Robert Galitza, showed up for work and realized his store had sold the winning ticket. He found the winner among the unsold tickets from the day before and then clocked out, removed his uniform, had another employee sell him the ticket for $10. He was given a receipt and then signed the back of the ticket. A crafty move, but Galitza may never see a dime of the money. That same day, Circle K Corporate took possession of the ticket and has had it ever since. Now the company wants a judge to decide once and for all who owns the ticket.
I wonder what the law would be there.
I don't know. So
it was kind of an inert ticket.
Greg Edgar, who was the executive director of the Arizona Lottery, says that the situation is fairly unprecedented. He said, I have not ever encountered something like this. And he said they don't know what to expect. But I think the guy should get the money.
Really?
Do you? Yeah.
I kind of do as well.
Yeah.
Because
nobody ticket was
bought the
unsold.
Right.
And what are you going to do with it? Tear it up and it's,
Is there actual verbiage in
I don't know.
the lottery that says they clearly haven't accommodated something like this. So if this sets a precedent, you can't retroactively create a law. Right,
you
right
can't
now,
buy a winning ticket for $10. Like knowingly buy a winning ticket. My first thought is you just tear the ticket up and nobody wins it. Yeah, I know.
You got a $12 million ticket burning a hole in your hand right there.
I know.
No way I'm tearing that up.
I'm wondering how, I'll be curious to see how this plays out.
Yep. To me, that's...
we can hold on to the ticket as if they need somebody, a third party.
Yeah. Now, if I were the one who found that ticket, then I would say yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish he had just bought all of the printed tickets, like all of the extra ones, and not just the single one.
So I don't know if he bought more or not, but that would have been the move. Sell them all to me. I'll buy. I'll buy.
Whatever. I'll take them. I'll take them.
I don't know. I think.
Finders,
I think he played the game.
I think he did.
I think he played the game. And so anyhow, but we'll wait and see if there's a follow-up to that. And there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you. I have a bunch of other great stories. There was some good stuff from the weekend. We'll get to those a little bit later on. Whitney Cummings is going to be joining us on the program. She is going to be in town at the Miller Theater in April. The 3rd, to be specific. So we'll chat with her in the 9 o'clock hour because she's not in the area. Snow is not an issue for her right now.
Yeah.
So we'll do it either on the phone or Zoom, and we'll see what's going on with her. But in the meantime, we're dealing with this as you look outside right now. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back in just a moment, and we will traverse this as safely as we possibly can. So stay put. We'll be back in a moment.
Type of setting where you have to shrink everything down. How do you guys approach that?
It's just like that, basically.
Right?
You just play faster. It's the full concert, just at 78.
Yeah, it's tough because you don't get the sound checks, you don't get that sort of attention. So yeah, it's really kind of a running gun situation.
You know what I never really thought of was in those type of settings, the festival shows, because you talk about like lighting and stuff like that, like how that all works. Because we have our MMRBQ every single year, and I never really paid attention to, because you guys have your own lighting guy, right? So you're lighting people. How many people do you got doing your?
I think there's just a lighting and video tech. I
Okay.
believe. And then of course
all the other
setting it up.
Yep. So your question was?
Well, just how that, I forgot that I'd even asked a question.
What do you guys like to eat?
No, how that's, because it's...
I forgot I had a question.
Well, it started getting answered, and I was like, maybe the question got answered. I have no idea. But the light, so you talk about the sound on the stage, that's one thing, right?
To flesh that out.
When one band ends and all of their equipment and all that stuff goes to the back of the house, and then the new stuff comes out, but like the lights don't come down, right? So you have to work with the lights that are in house.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Unless of course if you are headlining the set, then you can bring in your situation. But yeah, if you're just one of many, you're.
I assume you put sanitizer on everything too, just to make sure you're not catching colds and stuff. So.
Well, listen, Coheed and Cambria are getting ready for their own tour. Themselves putting on their own production, and it's getting underway. They're doing rehearsals right now. It kicks off, actually, this says on Tuesday in Miami. That's where you guys have your first show?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, good luck. And Alkaline Trio is going to be on that bill as well. But they'll be back here in our area on July 27th, the Leah Chorus Center, and tickets are available at coheedandcambria.com. And if you've been looking for a nice body of work and you've never dove into the Coheed and Cambria catalog, it's all there for you.
Sitting right there, ready.
Story waiting to be had.
It's if you're a fan,
be entertained.
Just talking to John Anderson from Yes,
we just had him on last
talking
week.
About it's there. If you say they don't make it anymore, they do, and you the guys that are doing it. So it's awesome.
Yes. And Josh has removed his tambourine from his foot. Just
it's
now.
hard to jog with that on.
The gig's over, man. Taking it off. You guys are awesome. We love you. Thank you so much for coming by this morning. Wonderful to have you. Let's hear it for Coheed and Cambria, Josh, Zach, Travis, and Claudio. We will take a break, and we'll be right back. Make sure you stay with us. Kath, so I don't know if we should do a weekly segment or not, but Casey's Adventures could certainly be one of those.
We could call it DDIY. Don't do it yourself.
Don't do it yourself.
My adventures with home improvements.
What was the last one?
Ceiling fan on the front porch.
The ceiling fan.
The door wouldn't open because it was actually colliding with the blades of the ceiling fan.
Yeah. So that was that. That was last week.
Yeah. And by the way, shout out to the two gentlemen who live on my street. They were walking down to the beach yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, is that the ceiling fan that you put up?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." As a matter of fact, only took me 2 tries.
So, new adventure this weekend, and listen, one that I think other people can sympathize with.
That's why we opted to go with this, right?
Yeah. So
I certainly have a passion when it comes to this particular topic.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather hear from you and your passion than me go into the entire saga, the 2-day saga that this was.
Well, just give us a thumbnail.
I will give you a
from
thumbnail.
there.
So I'll just how everything started was
You were trying to mount a beached whale.
Saturday morning, my wife was making bacon, and she took the bacon out of the oven, and it set off the fire alarms, the smoke alarms. And they're hardwired, so when one goes off, every single one in the house goes off.
Right.
Until you clear the initial smoke alarm. So the smoke alarm went off. It triggered everything else. Everything went off, and then as soon as all the alarms went off, the smoke detector started chirping. All right, so it's a smoke detector. I believe it was a smoke and
carbon
monoxide detector.
Right.
So it starts chirping. The thing is, when it chirps, there are a few different things that chirps could mean. So it was a 5 chirper, right? So it would go beep, 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 beep. I think that was 5.
Right. That was.
Thank you. What that indicates is that's the end of life for the smoke detector.
For the unit itself.
For the unit
Not
itself.
you.
Not me.
You have all been terminated. You have all been terminated. You have all been terminated.
Beep 5 times, please.
Yeah. And
Machine gun defense unit activated.
this was Saturday morning. Beep, 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 beep.
Right.
Okay. Well, so my buddy's an electrician. I asked him what I should do. He said, replace them all, right? So I'm now at Lowe's.
You're going to replace the physical units.
We're going to replace the physical units. Now, this also does require turning circuits off and using electricity. I'm not comfortable with it, but I had just replaced the ceiling fan the week before. I felt confident that it was not going to electrocute
You're a master
myself.
craftsman.
I'm getting there, Steve, right? I'm an apprentice at this point. All right, long story short, 7 smoke detectors later, 7 and 2 days of changing smoke detectors, interchanging smoke detectors, taking smoke detectors down, almost 48 hours of this because it was chirping the entire time. It chirped all day Saturday, all day, all night Saturday night.
It will drive you flat out of your effing mind.
I was constantly on the phone texting with my friend Phil, who is an electrician.
And you appreciate the service that it provides.
Yes.
It is a life-saving device. We've seen in the news situations where places without, and you've had loss of life. So you understand the importance of it. Doesn't diminish how goddamn annoying it can be when it's chirping away and you're trying to get it to stop.
And when I had taken the initial alarm detector off, when that stopped chirping, when that was unplugged, the one in the back room started chirping, okay? When I took them both down, the one in the spare bedroom started chirping. Beep, 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 okay? So I'm like, I took them all down, and then my last final ditch was to
replace the fan.
I called Rodney. Rodney is the man. An engineer.
Yeah.
He's not only an engineer, but he's also a firefighter.
Yeah.
He said, my electrician friend, he goes, I think it's a wiring issue. I'm like, how can a wiring issue just happen out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Right? So my last final ditch effort, if this thing did not work, what I was going to do is I was going to take all of the smoke detectors off of the ceiling, cap the wires, and just use battery-operated, not hardwired smoke detectors because I can't take the chirping anymore.
Okay.
So.
Oh, well, okay, because I'll have an observation when you're done with this about battery-operated.
Right. So Rodney recommended that I turn the circuit off, that I pull all of the batteries, the spare batteries out of the smoke detectors, turn the circuit back on, okay? And then put the batteries back in. Okay,
so what happened?
So I turned the circuit off, still chirping. Start taking batteries off, still chirping. Okay. I turned the circuit back on, put the batteries in, everything's still chirping, and I'm like, well, screw it. I said, I'm done now. I'm absolutely done. So then, one by one, I take the one smoke detector out in the kitchen. I take the one smoke detector out in the spare in the back room. I take the one smoke detector off in the bedroom. And then the one in the hallway, and I have them all in a box, and I'm getting ready, and I just hear, beep, 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 beep. Now, I hear the beep, 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 beep coming from the back room.
Right.
Okay. I go and I'm looking in this back room for a smoke detector, right?
I would love to have seen the look on your face.
I took.
You have all the smoke detectors in boxes.
In the box.
Yeah.
There is where is this thing coming
the smoke
from?
detector's in the house. Get out.
I'm standing in the doorway and I hear beep, 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 beep. And I look down and it was the carbon monoxide detector that was plugged into the wall the entire time. And it was never, ever, for 2 days straight, never was the chirping ever coming from the smoke detector.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so you have to understand when these things chirp.
All right,
they all sound the same. Yeah.
They all sound the same, but I guess the frequency of what it sounds like you're in the room.
So we have an old house, a Victorian farm. It has countless. So there's our main level, the second level, and the third level, which is basically a bedroom. The third level, and then the basement. You're right. So right that when that frequency, it ricochets all over the house. There have been countless times where I'm standing there with the step ladder and I have a case of batteries just standing like I'm hunting African game.
Right.
And then you are sure, and it takes forever. Why don't they include a blinking light on the one that is chirping? We have the Nest system, which is very good. Mind you, no complaints. It updates. It does this whole thing. It also has a thing where if you're walking down the hall and you get in proximity, a little bit of light shines down from it to illuminate your way at night. Nice. That's nice without 8 or 9 cats constantly setting it off. So the batteries, I'm forever. That's why I got like a battery caddy. But that slap echo around the house makes it impossible to find out where it's coming from.
I implore the whole family. I fortunately have numbers on my side. And I'm like, all right, you go in that room, you go in that room.
Oh, my God.
Everybody shut up and be quiet and listen.
Can they come over to my house?
But here's what I need to know. Here's what I need to know, Casey. At this moment, when you realize that it's the carbon monoxide and you've done all this work for 2 days, I've seen you freak out before. Did you A, have a hissy fit, freak out and scream, or were you just so defeated and deflated that it wasn't even worth the effort?
There's a C here. There's a third.
C. Okay.
I was relieved. You have to understand, I had been in every single room. I was relieved. And it was funny, especially based on what had happened to me with the ceiling fan the week before. I mean, this is classic me. And so I was relieved, right? And so much so that I had gone, my wife was in the shower and I ran into the bathroom and she's like, get out of here. And I was like, dude, it was this the whole time. She's like, lies. Now you have to understand where the where the carbon monoxide detector was located. It was in the middle of the triangle of smoke detectors. So you would have thought that because at one point I did have the backroom detector out and the kitchen detector out, right? And you would think you would know then that it was the carbon monoxide.
It was in the exact worst position it could be to confuse you.
Because when I took the kitchen and the back rooms out, it sounded like it was coming from the bedroom, which was
that's the issue
3 yards away.
That's the nightmare.
So Preston, I was absolutely relieved at this point.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I would have been
crazy.
I would have been pissed.
And Preston, it's never at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
It's never. Oh, I just happened to have the ladder out, and my pockets are all full of bags.
I'm getting tired of the I'm tired of the I can't believe how tired I am of this
Come on, ladies.
I'm tired of the I'm tired of the I'm really tired of this
You know, the thing about this is that yesterday, before the snow started, it was looking pretty good out, wasn't it?
It was. I knew, Preston.
It was looking pretty good.
You're spot on because around 1:00, because we had heard My brother-in-law had driven down from New York, and it was snowing in New York, and I'm like, I avoided saying maybe they didn't get it quite right because it did kick in exactly the way they said. But I'm like, and then the day before was wonderful.
Yeah, I ran some errands yesterday before the snow hit.
It's
I'm
terrific.
like, this looks pretty good.
More of this.
I had brunch and sat outside in one of those little heated enclosures. I mean, it's closed off, and we had coats on, but like we could sit outside.
Day before yesterday, I went out and hit some golf balls in my backyard.
Oh, man.
I mean, I had to avoid all the clumps of dog crap that are all over the place right now.
You going to do that today?
Yeah, I'll probably get out there and knock feet around. But I did, while I was I did try to take something from this when I was driving in last night to Ballackinwood, and I was coming up Belmont, which is tree lined, and there's a steep hill coming upward. It did look the trees were all covered. It looked pretty.
I agree. Like the sort of the wind blowing this morning and the snow. Again, it is bucolic. It has a very Currier and Ives feel to it. Now I want it out of here.
Yeah. So fortunately, we got some warmer temperatures, above freezing temperatures, in the low to mid 40s over the next few days after we get past tomorrow. So that should help out moving it along.
Presbo?
Yeah, about
2 weeks from Wednesday, we're flying to Clearwater.
I know.
Okay?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Trying to keep our eye on the ball.
I'm literally looking at tee times right now.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right, so while we're fantasizing about that, I think it's time to let my thoughts, my ideas loose into
My
the
mind
world.
is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
The stream of Consciousnessner.
Variety of things that we could share with you. And we're just going to try to avoid snow conversation for a moment because the last one was all about that. But I saw this. The Guangzhou CTF Financial Center in China is now home to the world's fastest elevator.
Oh.
Which can zoom from ground floor to the 95th floor in 43 seconds.
That's amazing.
It was built by Hitachi.
That's a little too fast.
What floor are you getting off on?
This is 91.
I'm sorry?
91.
You just hang tight, sir. The express elevator tops out at 47 miles per hour.
Excuse me. Those are my nuts.
That's fast.
To pull that off, engineers had to get creative. The elevator cars are shaped like capsules to cut wind resistance and use special lightweight motors.
Think about that. It's traveling so fast you have to maximize or minimize wind resistance.
Yeah, they actually have to make it aerodynamic.
And in an elevator shaft anyway, there are all sorts of wind and quasi-atmospheric conditions you got to consider.
You remember years ago we took a tour of the Comcast building, not the most recent one, but the one before that, that was built. And at the time, it was the tallest building in Philadelphia. And we went up there, and they took us to the top floor and where all the mechanical stuff is. And they took us into the room where the elevator winches were, essentially.
Yeah.
And they didn't look as impressive as I thought they would. It was just like a little flywheel with a cable on it.
Pretty standard
And
stuff,
I thought it would be a little more involved than that. But I do, weirdly enough, I'm an elevator fan.
As am I.
I like elevators.
I like indoor elevators. I like glass elevators. I love them all.
Yeah. The ones where, well, so if you go to Comcast 2, that elevator,
external one,
it's external, and you can see yourself going up, and you look at like North Philly, and
I'm flying.
Yeah, I love that.
So the Marriott Marquis in Manhattan, right in Times Square, which is where we stayed at recently when we went up to see some Broadway shows. Inside, it's one of those hotels that has the interior is open all the way to the top.
Yep.
And we're talking New York City. Yeah. I mean, it goes up like 57 stories. Wide open to the top, all the way up. And they've got a center column of elevators, a bank of elevators that go all the way around this center column, and they take you up, and you can look down while you're going up, which was super duper impressive. But what I loved about it, and I don't spend enough time in buildings that have complex elevator systems, but this one, you walk up to a kiosk, you hit the floor you're going to, and it'll say, all right, you go to elevator K.
Yep.
And so then you there's no guessing. You go over there and there's like 6 or 8 other people who are going to similar floors, and everybody gets on that elevator, and you're not doing the 1,000 stops on the way up.
Well, that's a lot of
because of that.
A lot of the ultra high rises, or just in general high rises, will have banks that are specifically for
certain floor levels.
Yeah.
This went to, like 10 steps beyond that to make it more convenient for you.
So I've been starting to experience that. One of the Penn Hospital centers at 8th and Walnut does that. And I guess it's for security, so you're not going to the wrong places or whatever. But I like getting in and pushing the button. I think it's efficient when everybody's going to the same 3 to 5 floors. But I don't know,
you like
it's
that
kind of
tactile
fun.
sensation of hitting the button.
And then if there's a little kid, you can ask them to press your button for you. It's a joy.
Yeah, the kids, that's the thing about having kids and going into an elevator with more than one of your children, the fight that exists over who gets to hit the button.
Yes.
Let me ask you, if it existed and they had modified, where, you've seen it, the conveyor belt basically with a step, it just is constantly running,
Oh, a man lift?
Yeah, lift.
Yeah.
If they had that in a high rise.
Oh, my God.
Like to the 50th floor.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I only went on one of those one time where I lived somewhere that had a valet service, and it was an apartment building, and to go get your car, they would jump on a man lift and go up and go get it. And one time the guy was like, he was busy or whatever. He's like, here's the keys. He's like, you can take the lift if you want.
That's
I'm
cool.
Like, really, man?
Can I do it?
Yeah. So I did it. It was pretty awesome, but they're dangerous. You got to be very, if you don't get off at the right spot, you can get, something get caught on you and you can have your arm ripped off or whatever.
That's the downside.
Yeah.
So, by the way, on this fastest elevator in the world, 47 miles an hour, the brakes can handle extreme heat from stopping at such high speeds, and active guide rollers cancel out any shaking. But perhaps most impressive, the cars are pressurized.
Yeah.
Kind of like an airplane.
That would make sense.
So riders' ears don't pop from the rapid altitude change. The previous record holder was the Toshiba elevator in Taipei 101 that topped out at 38 miles an hour. So this is almost 10 miles an hour faster.
Yeah, I wonder if the Otis people are feeling the pressure right now.
Right?
Like the Otis, because that was like the name. Otis was like is it the YKK of,
the zipper?
Yeah. Isn't there another one? Thyssen?
Elevators?
Yes.
Elevators?
Oh, I don't know. I'm almost exclusively an Otis man.
Yeah, I'm an Otis man.
Otis,
but there are a
man.
lot of ups and downs in that industry.
Hey, I'm going to give you one of these. Have you ever seen those ones? You usually see them on like work sites where you just kind of like step on a rung.
That's
is that what you were talking about?
man lift.
Oh, that's a man lift?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You ever
it's
see
just,
one of those?
And it's constantly in a loop. It's just moving. You just grab on and
I wonder
go.
if you could ride it over the top.
Over the top?
Just ride it
go
over.
back down. Woo! Yeah. So that's the fastest elevator in the world, apparently. The fastest one I think I've ever been on was, or at least felt that way, was the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Going all the way to the top of the
Empire
Express
State
elevator.
Building. Yeah. There's similar things. They'll rocket your ass right up there. But
you definitely feel the pressure in your ears and the whole thing.
47 miles an hour, though, is
that's hauling ass, man. Yeah.
Thyssen Krupp. I think they make our elevators here.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've seen that in there.
Okay. Now, in the at the Marriott Marquis I was telling you about, they had the exact same info system as we do in our elevator. Exact same one, for sure. So we have a little screen that's in the elevator, and it gives you a little news, a little trivia, stuff like that. And it was the same system. I recognized the organization of it and the fonts and all that. So
I love their slogan, "Take a Krupp." It's awesome.
Take a Krupp?
Take a Krupp. We can say that the Four Seasons elevator that Casey mentioned is the best elevator in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's outside and you can see, the city skyline.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
actually,
pretty
it'd be better if it was on the other side where you could see the city skyline.
Fair.
But you're coming up and you see, you do see some cool stuff.
still
like
impressive.
Art Museum
Yeah.
and the cathedral and all that stuff.
We should start like an elevator club. Ride all the best elevators.
I bet you there is, man. I'll bet you there's an elevator club.
Yeah.
There's an elevator up City Hall. You can go to William Penn.
Yeah.
I've never been in that one.
I wonder if people actually travel just to go in an elevator.
I bet you there has to be.
Well,
by the way, that observatory up there is closed, is it not?
I think you can.
Did they reopen it?
It's private tours.
Okay.
You might be thinking of the one at Liberty Place.
Maybe
that
that's
one
it,
has
yeah.
shut down, but you can take tours of City Hall.
All right.
The weirdest one is that little egg that you get in to go to the top of the arch in St.
You
Louis.
had mentioned that.
Yeah.
So
like you literally, there's 4 people that can get it, and you get into this little egg pod.
Right.
You can't see anything. You know, so
Alleys everyone.
if you're claustrophobic, that is not the place for you.
It's small. It's all white. It's lit. It's like backlit, and it feels kind of futuristic, but it's old because it's been there for a long time. But yeah, it's like getting into essentially a washing machine.
I could see a sci-fi episode. What you're describing is what if at the top you actually start to move into a large vagina? I'm semen.
But it has to. The reason it's that shape, it's round, is it has to move as it goes up. Because otherwise, when you got to the top, you would be facing downward.
So to keep it at the proper angle, it's going. You know,
and it goes. It kind of rocks.
That's
on
pretty
the way
cool.
up.
Yeah.
All right. So anyhow, just in case you were interested, the fastest elevator in the world is at the CTF Financial Center in China.
The stream of consciousnessner.
All right, let's improve our brain and body health. As we get older, we often find ourselves a little more free time. Kids grow up, schedules loosen, and retirement starts to peak over the horizon. The extra time's a gift. How you choose to spend it may make a real difference on how you age, both physically and mentally. So if those hobbies that you always wanted to try but never had time for, you may have the time now to do them. The hobbies you choose to do are so important. A 2023 study found that there are some lifestyle habits that could add about 24 years to your life.
That's extensive.
Especially if you start adopting them in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. These habits include eating well, not binge drinking alcohol, getting good sleep, exercising, not smoking. So some things not doing. And so on. So outside of that, another lifestyle habit that can help you live well for years to come would be choosing the right hobbies.
All right, so
rather than these standard things of,
stamp collecting.
Well, outside of, just exercising and not smoking and things like that, hobbies are something. So the activities that you make time for can do wonders for both your brain and body, but which ones really deliver? So there are 10 that make a big difference, and more so than you possibly realize. So these are, this is from Martha Stewart's brand.
Well, she certainly would know.
So these are the things that they recommend. Number 10, mindfulness, which is the being attuned to what's going on with your body at that time. There's mindful meditation, and you're just kind of aware of where you are in the world and how you feel right now.
I've actually, and it's only because it's snuck its way into my algorithm, but I've been thinking about getting tuning forks and
tuning things.
No, my body vibrations.
Oh, it's a whole science, or at least quasi science.
Yeah,
right?
I haven't done much, other than just watching reels on my Instagram. But so I haven't done any research into it.
What is seductive about it, or what do you find interesting? Just the general concept.
I mean, because I feel like
the harmony of your body.
We're all waves, we're all vibrations, and just trying to get myself in tune to the natural vibrations.
How do you think one of those would feel in your butt?
Probably pretty good.
What do you mean we're all waves and vibration? I don't understand.
I mean, that's all existence is just waves and vibrations.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's
good
that's
vibrations.
All it is. Yeah, good vibrations. Yeah.
No, I've seen that a lot, Case. A lot of people sort of use it as a...
Okay, but I'm having a hard time wrapping around my mind around we're just vibrations. That's all we are. Besides being good vibrations.
That everything, there's a belief that everything in the universe vibrates at a certain frequency.
Okay.
And that I might as well have a tuning fork up my ass, but this is what I've heard. Is that correct, Case?
Yeah.
And so what you're looking to do is by using a tuning fork and using these tuning forks, you can bring your vibrations into line.
So
that's about as much as I understand.
So I'm just wrapping my mind around we're all because I've not heard this before, that we're all vibrations. I assume that means like the fact that the atoms are always moving, or
Everything's always moving. Atoms, ions, I mean, everything. Everything, is on a certain wavelength, and we're able to...
So what you're saying is you have a little bit more work to do on this.
I do. Yeah. I don't have any... No. I've done no research.
Have you done cupping?
I have done cupping.
And do you like cupping?
I don't, I don't hate it.
Yeah. Have you done cucking?
I have never, not yet.
There's a healing property to that.
Wife is listening or not.
All right, so back to this list. So mindfulness was the first one.
Mindfulness.
Then video games at number 9. As far as hobbies that might, be good for you.
Do you think you, when you are,
I love gaming.
Receiving, if you have in retire, let's just say full retirement, you can take a deep dive into video gaming?
Yeah, I'm sure it will be a part of passing the time.
Yeah.
Because it's engaging.
I love
is.
it.
Now, I don't play with other people. I just play, storylines and video games and stuff like that.
Campaign.
Once you get other people involved, everybody's way too good for me, and I don't like that. I don't like being annihilated immediately.
Do you find any way to make it social, though? Do you talk to friends about it, your children?
Just my son.
Okay.
Yeah. Or actually, all 3 of my kids, I'll talk video games a little bit with them, but they're way more advanced than I am.
There have been times where I would just hop on with either the free kill or free roam or whatever it is. I forget. Some of them have different names for the mode where you just pop in and you're running around and running and gunning. And there were a couple games I was actually really pretty good at. The ones who were cheating are the ones who are just next level. It was boring to come up against them. But it was still fun, and that's the closest I've ever gotten, Marissa, which is you can hear people talking, and they can read. I've had a few people get pissed off that I took them out. And that's kind of fun, but I can't see doing the squads and all that stuff. It's too much.
Yeah, I guess it's just like watching a TV show that you really liked. Like, it's fun to just talk about it with somebody afterwards.
Well, that's what the popularity of Twitch and watching people watch video games.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So number 9 is video gaming. Number 8 is dancing.
That's me.
As far as taking on a hobby.
Stomp the yard.
I promised Rochelle a couple of years ago that I was going to step out of my comfort zone and take a dancing class with her.
I'm in
like
the same boat.
Couples dancing class.
Yeah.
But I never really did find a school that had a definitive, hey, I just want to come in and do a handful of lessons and, just me and my wife. And so if anybody knows anything, please let me know, especially if it's in Montgomery County and kind of out my way. But I'm not any good at it. I have rhythm. I'm a drummer.
Who could ask for anything more?
But when it comes to moving the parts of your body that way, it's difficult for me.
So Claire wants me to take a dabble at that, and I think I will. Has Rochelle requested any type of dance?
No,
Jazz tap?
And it wasn't a request. I offered it as a gift to her. It was like for our anniversary. I'm like, I wrote it down, and I'm like, I will take, I did a little cut and paste and put a little presentation together, said, I will take dancing lessons. It was my idea.
Would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
After work for a couple of weeks, you'll meet me at the school.
You and me.
And I'm going to teach you how to dance, all right?
All right, fair enough.
Wear a cowboy hat and boots.
We're doing that. We're doing
Footloose.
Footloose, thank you.
We went to a club in Fishtown on Saturday night, the Barbary, and there was DJ just to go dancing. Just to vibe and be on the dance floor, and it was fun.
Are you a good dancer?
No, probably not, but I love down the shore, you go to memories and just whatever music. I don't know, you just kind of vibe yourself. Go in a little circle, it's like high school again.
I used to go dancing quite a lot with Claire. We'd go to alt, rock, stations, and the station that I was with at the time was, there were all sorts of dance clubs associated with it. It was fun.
Number 7 on this list is juggling. Take up juggling. Yeah. It's fun. I can juggle. I do.
Do you want
like
to
do
get
it.
better, or you picked your level?
I would like to get a little bit better,
chainsaws?
To be honest. But it takes no, not chainsaws. I'll work my way up to it. But I do have pins, and I do have obviously juggling balls and stuff like that. But I just need to do a little more work on it.
How are you with the pins?
Okay, I need to get used to the balance of them. But I can do them. But that's one I'd like to get better at.
Do you know what I used to do? And I don't even know the name of it. And I got it as a kid. It had the 2 sticks, the string, and the cylindrical thing.
Yeah. Those things are fun.
And I got really good at it. Mm-hmm. I wonder if I were to revisit it decades later.
Yeah.
If I would enjoy it or wonder why I ever bought it.
What is that juggling where you have 2 sticks and then the 3rd stick and you juggle the 3rd stick?
Yeah, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I don't know what the technical name of that is.
Yeah, I forget what because I had one of those and I had fun with it, but apparently I wasn't doing it right. I was like.
Just going back and forth.
Just kind of going back and
Listen, if you like it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
What I'd really like to be able to do is what's called contact juggling.
Right.
And have you guys ever seen it? It's where they'll take just like a ball.
Right.
And a lot of times it's a clear crystal ball. and it never leaves your hand.
Right.
You roll it around
Amazing.
and do all kinds of incredible things. And I've never tried that out. But
It looks therapeutic.
yeah, it looks really awesome. So juggling is something you can try. It's supposed to be good for your brain and your body. Teaching is another hobby, they said. I could never do that. Nope.
This will relax me.
Well, because then you have to grade things.
Yeah.
You know?
But if you like sharing information and you like showing people how maybe something you do, how to do it.
I want to share
that could be for
something
you.
with you. I think you're stupid.
Number 5 is pursuing education.
Education.
Nope.
Learning.
No. And I'm
Before you know it, you're reading.
Inspired is not the right word, because if I were inspired, then I would go further my education. But I find it I'll just say fascinating when I find people in and around my age that go back and further their studies. And I just recently was talking to this woman who, I mean, for all intents and purposes, you know, we had Captain Sandy in here last week. And,
Changed her life.
She changed her life. She was going down a path of drugs and alcohol and all that. And now look at her. But this particular woman, same exact thing. And she went back and she got her college degree, and then she got her master's, and then she got her PhD, and now she's a college professor. And I'm like, that is so amazing. But no, thank you.
Yeah.
No freaking thank you.
Yeah, I mean, my friend, and you guys know him, Mark Wassmer, is a detective.
Yeah.
While working, went to school to get his master's degree. I'm like, man, how the hell do you find time? There's no way I could do that.
What we do doesn't actually have any there's no tangential benefit to. I want to get my master's in radio personality.
But some people do it just as an accomplishment.
I know. I would think, for example, if you could be introduced to something about, I mean, this isn't exactly it, but about the band Fish, or about where you could get a bigger education or pursue songwriting or the mechanics of music or something that really motivates you. If you're really fascinated by a subject and you pursued higher learning in that category or subject, do you think that would make you do it?
The only thing that kind of interests me a little bit is learning another language. Like we just had a commercial for Babbel, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll download that Babbel app and over time, rather than, while I'm driving, perhaps that's a way that I can learn another language, just, like listening through the app. And then the other thing is with AI. I'm like, okay, because, and again, this is in my algorithm on my Instagram, but like maybe I need to embrace learning AI, and learning ChatGPT is not the same thing, right? So like,
I would say that I'm taking right now a fairly deep dive into AI applications and learning prompting and things of that nature. I'm teaching myself. It's not furthering my education in a classic sense, but I tend to, I think I'm like you, Preston, in a way. We tend to teach ourselves a lot of this stuff, as much as we can.
I do have an interest, though, of maybe looking at community college and seeing what elective courses.
How about accounting?
I might. Jesus, I tried taking accounting. Oh my God! But no, at some point, finding because there's all kinds of stuff that you can go in and learn just for your own life skills and things like that. I think I eventually do want to take some classes.
What about like nature,
stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean all of that stuff. Learning about the flora and fauna in your area, or just the florists in your area.
That's another thing. Woodworking, right? So woodworking is something that I would like to get into, but it's going to require me to go get more equipment and stuff like that. Like that has been, thank God, like some of this more healthy stuff is entering into my algorithm on Instagram, because it was like, it was a cesspool for a little while there. But like I'm like, okay,
enough with the snuff movie.
I would love to, make some tables and like some interesting looking furniture. But in order to do that, like I also need to acquire certain knowledge.
So my brother-in-law John, it got me, into. I have the chop saw. I have a few things. That and I actually built a few things. Jeff Devlin, I was watching what he does.
Yeah,
to me, that's something I could see myself getting into, because at a basic level, it's like when you're building models as a kid. But now I built a shelf at the house. It's kind of cool. I'm knuckle dragging level, but I found it fun and fulfilling. So and you like to do home repair.
Yeah. And I think I would really like to get into woodworking.
Yeah, this is the type of thing
There you go.
can definitely do as far as furthering your hobbies, and it's going to help you in the long run. There's some text coming in that says, getting my master's, work full time, and I just finished a separate 1-year program. I have a 4.0 and chronic fatigue.
Yeah, well, that's pretty amazing.
There's another one that says, my wife is currently going back to school for the 3rd time as a full-time working adult, master's, doctor of nursing, PhD. She's nuts, is what it says.
Well, some people love the process of the formal education that way. And I get it if that's your thing. I agree with you, Casey. It's not my thing.
No.
Oh, here's somebody says, 45 and in college for my very first degree, and I'm taking a class on the Beatles.
Oh. Wow.
There are some very interesting electives out there, guys. That's from Melanie, who's checking in.
Thank you for
by the way,
showing up for the class today.
Going back to teaching, I saw this text a moment ago. This is from Jerkmate Jamie.
Yeah.
Yo, ever heard of Jerkmate?
Yeah, absolutely,
Jamie.
yeah.
She says, teaching is not for the weak or short-tempered, because she's a teacher.
Ever heard of Jerkmate?
And
Yeah, let's
also,
keep
those
that in mind.
juggling sticks are called devil sticks.
Devil
yes.
The devil use.
Devil, you say. All right, so other than those pursuing education, another hobby or two that are ranked high up, number 4 on this list is quilting and or photography.
Now, what? For me, photography.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I've fallen in love with
That's a good one.
photography, and I again, I've been sort of teaching myself. I've been getting the counsel of some people that I know in my life who are photographers and enjoying it.
Yeah, it's
Loving
always
it.
been one for me too. I
Yeah.
tried to make it a career and realized that like there's a lot of art and fine art behind it, and I was like, maybe I could just stick to a hobby.
You know what I've really enjoyed, Casey? I've enjoyed taking pictures of tuning forks.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Number 3 is learning new languages. Anybody here want to learn a language?
I do, but I won't.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling unless I get to employ it in a real world scenario, often it'll just go away.
Yeah, I literally just downloaded the Babbel app right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
There you go, first step. Hey!
I'm going to take a crack at it after retirement. And
What
and
language?
Spanish.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's the most useful.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of countries that use Spanish as a language, and I think that would be
C'est magnifique.
make a lot of sense.
Magnifique.
Like learning French, zero interest for me in that. Learning, German or Italian, no. I want something that's applicable. Wide on a wider range.
I don't like the French accent that you have to do when you speak French.
Like when you say croissant.
I don't even like. I don't even like saying that. I feel
Croissant.
I had
It
to
feels
take...
persnickety or kind of, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Snooty. Thank
Snooty.
you. Croissant.
Snooty.
But that's how you say it.
Yeah.
That's how it's said. Yeah. All right. Number 2 on this list is new to you sports. This is a hobby you can try, some sport that you have never attempted in your life.
I have people that they really want me to get started on surfing. And I'm like, oh my God, but there's so many monsters.
Oh, yeah, you'll never do that.
What, you? Are you kidding me? The one sport that makes you look like a seal from under the water? No.
No, it's on my list this summer. I really want to do surfing. I picked up snowboarding a few years ago. I should do it more often. I have only gone a couple of times.
The cool thing with you is you could do that in the bathtub, though.
Yes.
Surfing's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Like even just to go out there and paddle out there and like try to get up once or twice.
Yeah.
The paddle of it out there is fun and the camaraderie of hanging out in the water and all that. I think it's really cool.
Anything else would be a waste of time.
That's
That would be a waste of time.
Okay. Maybe instead of surfing, I could try like wakeboarding or water skiing. Chuck's got a boat. I wonder if his pontoon boat could like pull a water skier.
No.
Because I could actually like the bay doesn't scare me as much as the ocean. Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's still, you're talking about the ocean. So.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something.
Yeah, you should do that.
I've been water skiing. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you have your fears, that might play into it a little bit when you're bobbing up and down in the water and the boats, But you listen. I think it's much ado about nothing.
Yeah, the same people that are trying to get me to surf are also trying to get me to rock climb. And so they go to a bunch of rock gyms in and around the area. I'm like, that interests me. Rock climbing out in nature does not interest me.
What about rock
as much.
surfing?
Rock surfing would be kind of cool. Yeah.
There's so many rock climbing clubs around here.
There are.
Yeah. And you wear the harness, you're good.
Who are the people that are trying to get rock climb and surf?
These are people that I know from 12-step.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And-
Bodie?
Yeah. But people
People who have insurance policies
Back
on
off,
them.
war child. Seriously.
I think you should get into disarming warheads.
Yeah.
All right, and then the last thing on this list, and it's the easiest of them all, is walking. Getting out and walking, which I think you could add hiking into that.
I think hiking.
Yeah.
I love it. When Chelsea, my dog, passed away a couple of years ago, I kind of became hybrid, like the treadmill and going out on the hiking and the trails. I still do it, but I don't do it as frequently because I miss having my partner, my dog, and I'll return to that. But I cherish those moments of hiking and being out in the wilderness, and it was an everyday thing. It just really does. It makes you feel good.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Bring my tuning forks.
I don't want to make you feel so good.
Yeah, make you feel so good. Hey, do you want me to get some tuning fork people in here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you want to try some?
Well, I mean, to
Fork
do
U
what?
is right up on City Line.
I don't know anything about it. I mean, are we going to dive
apparently.
deep into the
Let's try it.
The hippie, trippy, dippy world of
Why not?
Of vibration?
They can fork me. They can fork you. They can fork everybody in here.
Do they have a way through those tuning forks to actually make you quickly learn a language?
Dude, that would be great.
The only time I've had tuning forks used on me is the massage therapist at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion, who is backstage, and she would always use tuning forks.
Yeah, and talk all the time.
She talked all the time, but that would but used for your muscles. I mean, because you set it on your skin and it vibrates that area. So I don't know.
Have you gone back to the tickle masseuse?
No, I have not. No, not yet. The tactile
that.
ASMR is what she called it. Eve was her name.
Yeah.
I do need to schedule that again. I was thinking about that recently.
That
is
good one.
uber relaxing for me. All right, listen, let's do one more.
All right.
Yeah, we got time.
The stream of Consciousnessner.
All right, this is completely different than anything we talked about this morning, but I thought about putting this in the bizarre file, but I'm gonna do it here. There's a guy who is a software engineer, and he has what's called the DJI robot vacuum. So it's what you think it is, a little robot vacuum that you have at home. And he wanted to be able to steer it with his video game controller.
Right.
And he inadvertently granted him a sneak peek into thousands of people's homes. So while building his own remote control app, his name is Sammy Asdafal, reportedly used an AI coding assistant to help reverse engineer how the robot communicated with DJI's remote cloud servers. And he soon discovered that the same credentials that allowed him to see and control his own device also provided access to live camera feeds, microphone audio, maps, and status data from nearly 7,000 other vacuums across 24 countries.
Oh, wow.
So he could run them all and see everything because they have cameras on them.
That, to me, would be a glitch in the DJI software.
The back-end security bug effectively exposed an army of internet-connected robots that, in the wrong hands, could have turned into surveillance tools, all without their owners even knowing. Luckily, Asdafal chose not to exploit that. Instead, he shared his findings with The Verge, who quickly contacted DJI, and they reported the flaw. While DJI tells Popular Science the issue has been resolved, the dramatic episode underscores warnings from cybersecurity experts who have long warned that interconnected robots and other smart home devices present attractive targets for hackers.
Do you have a Roomba robot?
Yeah, we have both the vacuum and the mop version of it too.
And you thumbs up?
We named them Rosie and Alice.
Oh, I love
their names.
that.
Yeah, they work. They work fine.
Yeah.
The dogs go crazy on
I
them.
would imagine.
Yep. As more households adopt more robots, including newer, more interactive humanoid models, similar vulnerabilities could become harder to detect. AI-powered coding tools, which make it easier for people with less technical knowledge to exploit software flaws, potentially risk amplifying those worries even further. In order for the Romo, which is the name of the vacuum, or really any modern autonomous vacuum to function, it needs to constantly collect visual data from the building that it is operating in. It also needs to understand specific details about what makes, say, a kitchen different from the bedroom so that it can distinguish between the two. And some of that sensor data is stored remotely on DJI's servers rather than on the device itself. And for Asdefall's do-it-yourself controller idea to work, he would need a way for his app to communicate with the servers and exact a security token that provides that proves that he is the owner of the robot. And he did all that, but what he didn't realize is he was able to peek into
everyone's home. Yeah, I have every confidence that there are about 9,000 separate ways that somebody from one of the companies, from my cameras to the Alexa devices and all that stuff that monitor stuff going on in the house. Either you accept it and roll with it, or don't get them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
the more the fact that Amazon device is always on.
It's always on.
And always listening.
And we've talked about it. We'll be talking about something, and lo and behold, Casey, the videos
ads.
for it will end up in your algorithm.
So there's I see a therapist every week, and there is an Amazon device in her office, and when I walk in, I unplug that crap.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need you listening to my therapy. Yeah.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah. Because it's on, and they've shown that they've said that it doesn't record things, but then there are other things that they've shown that actually sometimes it does.
There was they let it be known that you could request that they erase recordings for prompts for a certain amount of time. Like, in other words, the fact that they brought that up indicated that yes, it's always listening.
Yeah. There was a great bit that I think I talked about this on the other. I saw from Pete Holmes recently, great stand-up comedian, and he comes up on stage and he just starts going without any context at all. Just starts going, "I want you to get me a purple dildo."
Yeah,
I want a purple dildo. It's like, I want a purple sparkly dildo. Like, he just kept saying it over, and the audience is like, they're all looking at each other, going. They thought it was funny because it was just out of nowhere, and he's like, "Shh, quiet. I want a purple dildo." And he gets done. He's like, "Go check your Instagram feed later on." And I'm like, that's a great idea.
That's great. Yeah.
That's a good bit. So anyhow, I would imagine that with more things, more appliances that we have in our homes, there are groups that will be kind of their own watchdog that will go out and test things out and see how far they can push this type of thing. This guy did it by accident, but maybe we'll see more and more of those pop up, and that'll be balancing checks and balances.
Every once in a while, bring your vacuum cleaner into a room and sweat it a little bit. Ask it what it knows.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah.
Pull a Batman on it. Why do you want to kill me?
And then Rochelle comes in. Well, was he too hard on you?
Yeah.
Good cop, bad cop.
All right, we got to wrap this up, gang.
Holy crap, Preston.
What?
It's snowing out.
Is it snowing?
Yes.
This just in.
No.
It's snowing, friends.
I'm getting tired of the f***ing
Yep.
I'm f***ing tired of the f***ing
Yes.
I can't believe how f***ing tired I am of this f***ing
So, fortunately, when it does taper off later on today, we have warmer temperatures over the next couple of days, and hopefully we won't have to deal with it as long as that last batch. We're going to take a break. When we get back, Whitney Cummings is going to be joining us, so stay put. We'll be returning shortly.
It's always like you're going to bed on Sunday night when we get back into the schedule, and you got to wake up at 3:30 the next morning, and then it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Beep.
There was also one other thing with the battery-operated one that I bought a battery-operated one because we do have one detector that's not hardwired. And I, hey, don't hit this button. And there's a sign that says don't hit this button.
Right.
Well, I did that on the back of the smoke alarm where it says, like, deactivate. And I was like, oh, what does this deactivate button do, right? So I deactivate the alarm. And then I read the directions, and the direction says, once you deactivate, you can't reactivate. I was like, God damn it.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I just bought this.
You hit the self-destruct button.
Why would they include a full...
So, Casey, I've read this a few times during this course of this conversation that apparently carbon monoxide detectors are supposed to be kept lower to the ground than smoke detectors, and some smoke detectors are more... reliant on heat than they are the actual smoke rising to the smoke detectors. But carbon monoxide detectors are supposed to be kept lower because I guess the carbon monoxide is heavier than air itself.
Yeah.
So what I have in my detectors, my smoke detectors are carbon, I think dioxide, CO2, and then the monoxide I have down lower.
Gotcha. And then peroxide if you're dyeing your hair.
I'm going to go to Susan. Hi, Susan. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good. What's up, Susan?
So you know what? Everybody's like hit on the exact same points that happened to me last week. So it was the end of my vacation. It was the night before I'm going back to work.
Yeah,
At
of
1
course.
a.m.
Yep.
There goes the chirping. And it's the same thing. I have the hardwired smoke detectors, and I was like, okay, I want to get up and reset it or, test it. And my son has to wake up early for work. He's got to go in. So I'm like, okay, can I just deal with this for like another hour until he has to get up? So he gets up and he's in the shower. I'm playing around up at the ceiling, pulling it down. And finally I get him to disconnect it, and I still hear this chirping. Now I have, Preston, you have that issue with your ear. You kind of lose the ringing. So, and I kind of lose the sense of where a sound is coming from sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm laying there in bed all night long, and it's just chirping. I'm like, I have this disconnected. Why is this still chirping? I don't get it. So finally wake up when my alarm goes off, and I roll over, and now I hear the sound. It sounds like it's coming from the corner of my room. So I'm like, okay. I look at the carbon monoxide detector, and I'm thinking, don't even tell me it's been this all night long. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. I unplug it, I take the battery out, and the chirping finally stopped.
It was the same thing Casey went through.
Yeah. Exactly the same
You
thing.
just want to die.
I did.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, like, my first day back to work after vacation, I'm exhausted.
Yep, exactly. All right. Thanks, Susan. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, it's hearing that incessant. Nothing about smoke detectors have they made easy, simple. Like even changing the battery on some of them, trying to wedge that battery inside that little door that opens up on some of those things.
What? So here's the deal.
And then you put it in the wrong way.
Mine
Is it working?
Mine takes 6 batteries, Preston.
6 batteries?
6 AA's. Each one of them takes 6 AA batteries. I didn't realize that every single battery has to be disconnected or it will continue to chirp. If you have one battery in there, it will continue to chirp.
Well, it also holds
I've
the
actually
charge.
replaced right. So, but once that's out, it shouldn't chirp anymore, right? So I took all the batteries out, and and I didn't realize that, and then I replaced the batteries, put it back up, only to leave it to chirp again.
Yeah.
Again. A blinking light, something that would just let you indicate that that's the one chirping would make all the difference in the world.
Why can't that happen?
One little stinking light.
So, Steve, what I was when I finally did read the directions from what I think, from what I read, after you take the battery out, you basically it's holding some of the charge from that battery, and you actually have to hit the test button to essentially bleed that battery energy
All right.
out.
Well, I've on the Nest ones that I have. Once all those batteries are out, it stops.
Yeah. Well, this is with a 9. I don't know if 9 volts are different than
No, these are
AA's or whatever.
six AA's.
And the other
mine
thing
takes
is,
9 volts.
Rodney was like, "Are the batteries still okay?" And I said, "I don't know." He goes, "Well, did you do the tongue test?" I'm like, "I'm not doing that.
I don't like doing it.
I don't like doing it. I'm not going to do it."
Hang on.
Find a hooker.
I'm going to go to Phil. Hey, Phil, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Sorry to bug you at work.
No, what's up, man?
So, not so much smoke detectors, but on that aha finally moment.
All right.
I was doing some work in my home. We were getting ready for newborn, doing the nursery, the whole thing. Messed some wiring up, and I somehow put my water heater on the light switch for the basement. So after we were working all night, covered in insulation, go to jump in the shower, no hot water. Run down to the basement, water heater's running. This went on for 3 days.
Wait a second. So every time you go, every time you go down the basement, you turn the light on, and the water heater would be working.
Water heater would.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's so funny. So every time you went down there to check it, it was running because you turned the light on to see.
Dude,
that's great.
National Lampoon's moment.
Oh my God, that's hilarious, Phil. How did you finally figure it out?
I got to the top of the steps and I heard it shut off when the light went off. Like I finally heard it poof out. I was so mad.
God.
But so happy at the same time.
Oh my God, that could have gone on forever.
Yes, it could have. You could have gotten a whole
the
new
light stayed
system.
on for 3 weeks.
That makes you
I
think.
didn't touch it again.
Yeah, it makes you think of a Christmas Vacation with the garage light.
So I have to ask, Phil, did you rewire it or do you just leave the light on all the time?
The light stayed on for almost 3 weeks before I got enough to just go down there and fix it.
Okay. Oh my God, that's great.
But it was finally fixed.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I saw
That's hilarious.
I saw on our screener info here that it said water heater, and I thought he was going to say they have those like overflow. Indicators, alarms. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Case?
Yeah. No.
So if you have like a drip pan or something like that for your water heater, there's a little monitor you can put in there that detects moisture, and it'll go off and let you know.
Yep.
And I've had that going off, and I'm like, where's that effing sound coming from?
Where's
And
that
not knowing what it was.
sound coming from?
And we had like a leak under our sink.
Where's
It was
that sound coming from?
it wasn't the water heater, it was something else. And I couldn't figure it out. Of course, Rochelle knew
There's
exactly
nothing on here.
exactly what it was. But that drove me crazy. That was me walking around the house trying to figure out where the sound was. Let me go to Blair. Good morning, Blair.
Hey, Godzilla, friend.
Godzilla. What's up, Blair?
So I just have to say that I appreciate this conversation because when I was virtual teaching, all these kids would unmute themselves to do whatever in class, and their smoke alarms are going off in the back. And so I don't know where these heathens are in the world that think it's okay to just keep these going all the time, because I'm in agreement with you. I like twitch every time I hear one.
The frequency at which it and it's meant to do that, it runs down your spine.
Mm-hmm.
And I teach in a suburban area. I mean, I don't understand how these people that decided to live outside of like the city world can tolerate that type of sound. It's awful.
I don't know how you could. I don't know how you could sleep with that going on. Some people do. Well, you talked about the conundrum of doing the run through with the smoke alarms not waking up your kids.
Oh my God, the entire thing went off. It was the middle of the night, scared the hell out of us. Thought the house was on fire. We never did figure out why it tripped off.
Right.
But all the alarms in the house, it's a hardwired system. All the alarms went off in the house. Not one of our kids woke up. Not one of them slept solidly through the whole thing.
How?
Excruciatingly loud. I have no idea. Me, on the other hand, and this is a completely different story, but I remember when I was a teenager, a cricket somehow or another got in my room.
Yeah.
Memer.
In my bedroom, and it was, I couldn't find it anywhere. And just that little.
That's enough.
All night. Drove me crazy. I got up with a flashlight and turned all the lights on. I'm just ready to murder this thing.
What do you put out to lure a cricket out into the open?
Yeah, you're just screwed. So that was, I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, let me go to Joe. Hey, Joe, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What's happening, Joe?
I could not call in. I'm a fireman in Philadelphia.
Ah.
And there's a couple things with the smoke detectors. Like, we changed the code in Philadelphia where no more batteries. They're disposable 10-year fire smoke detectors now.
Okay, so the whole unit, disposable.
Disposable. 10 years, boom, boom, you're done, you're out of here. And that's the law now in Philadelphia. And they won't tell you this, but the reason they changed that is because people, every Christmas, we'd get calls to put in smoke detectors.
Yeah.
And we go out there and find the smoke detectors don't have batteries in them.
Yeah. And you know what? And I would imagine, Joe, some of that was just either laziness or they forgot about it or couldn't figure out how to do it.
They needed the batteries for the toys.
Oh, they're taking
for
the batteries.
toys.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, so we might burn down, but the doll will work right.
I remember one in particular. I just could not get that freaking rectangular 9-volt battery into that little son of a bitch. It drove me crazy.
You have to make the connection on top, and that won't fit in, that little rubbery thing with the two terminals on it.
Well, no, this one is, there's just this little slot that the battery...
Oh, I know.
And all things that you can get the details WMMR.com. Just to remind you that the sled registration deadline is February 27th. That is that Friday? Is that this Friday?
Friday, yeah.
Okay.
And for those of you working on your sleds right now, please send us your progress and on social media, because I love seeing it. Mr. Peanut's working on a Minerva that I've been sharing.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, Sammy Vile's working on some stuff that I've been sharing as well. I mean, I love seeing it, and I think the people like seeing it as well. You know.
So by the way, the Pierre's lab coat, that's got to come with us up to right? Don't you think so?
Maybe.
I think his family has that.
Oh, they do?
But we do have some hats.
All right,
Yeah.
something Pierre representative needs to be there. He loved the Cardboard Classic.
I have a feeling like the Mummers Parade, we're going to see a lot of Pierre themed things on
All right.
Cardboard Classic.
Yeah.
the Pacifico sleds and Screwball whiskey sleds.
I'm looking at some of the ones that have been sent in, and there's some fan favorites as always. Like there's some popular ones that you don't always know exactly which ones are going to get each other, but we definitely got some, Back to the Future love,
Yes.
and there's a couple of Alien love as well with the xenomorphs. So a few people are doing those things, and I saw Dune. That's the first time we're having something representing that series of movies, but there are some ones that are a little bit out of the ordinary too. What was it I saw just a second ago? Oh yeah, there's a pool table theme sled from Freedom League USA. I remember one year somebody had a pool table that had cardboard billiard balls.
They were playing
and they
pool
were shooting pool on
as it was coming down the hill,
which is so cool.
And I had some friends of mine who, Cardinal O'Hara guys, who they had a wrestling ring and they were wrestling as
I remember
they were coming
that.
down.
Yeah.
Those guys, I don't think they were there last year. I'm calling you out personally.
The Delco guys.
Yeah.
I had that gig at the New Britain Inn in Doylestown, Chalfont area on Friday night. First off, great place. So many sweet people that came by. NBI, I found out, is what the locals call it. But
NBI, New Britain Inn?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And a ton of people who have been to Cardboard Classic, and then the conversations start within the restaurant where they're describing it to other people and giving them tips, and then just pulling up videos. You know the one that always eludes us? The Wawa. Remember the Wawa,
yes.
the working
Yeah.
Wawa with the gas pumps and the breakfast sandwiches? I think they were pouring booze out of the gas pump.
I think that was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
First year we did it at Montage,
Yes.
and we're like, that's almost too real.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It certainly caught
Wonderful.
the attention of the Muckety Mucks or Wawa.
Yeah. Chris Geisens found out about that, and Lori Bruce. So, yeah, most definitely. Case, how was, real quick, how was the home show in Cornhole?
Dude, it was great. So I want to give a big shout out to Sant'Angelo Construction. They had an amazing setup. It was pretty awesome because I walked in and you know that area, the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. I'm like, how am I going to find these guys? And I walk in, and our setup was right there as soon as you walked in. So and then the people from Media Granite, they constructed these cornhole boards that were made of granite. These things were like 400 pounds.
They're made of granite?
These were made of granite. So if you were going to set up like a cornhole in your backyard that was going to be permanent, this is exactly what you did.
It's a great idea.
And so these were actually prototypes. And so we got set up and we gave away, we had Stock Car Racing Experience tickets to give away, as well as Motley Crue tickets. Dude, it was probably the easiest gig I've ever had. I just sat there and played cornhole for 2 hours.
It's so much fun.
It was
and
awesome.
I love the home show.
Yes, yeah. And as a matter of fact, hang on. Because I told these people I'd give them a shout out. I said, you need to write it down, otherwise I'll forget. And I almost forgot, and then they wrote it down. So I want to give a shout out, by the way, to Bill and Crystal DiMatteo. To Bill, the best electrician, husband, and father ever. I love you. And that's from Crystal, who wrote that down. I believe they were the ones who won the Motley Crue tickets.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, you were giving away tickets? Oh, too cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I like the idea of the cornhole thing made of granite.
Yeah, especially if you wanted it to be like a permanent fixture that's basically impervious to the to weather and all that.
I think that's a great idea.
And this was a prototype. So Rob from Media Quarry, he was telling me the whole process of they had to pick out the right slab and then get all that. And they said it took about a month for them to make that.
Well, we got to do again sometime. We got to do Pornhole again.
Yes.
Pornhole was great.
We did that at Keenan's, and instead of bean bags, we were throwing like dildos and butt plugs. And
It worked, by the way. As a game,
great.
it still worked.
By the way, the people from Media Quarry invited me out to, because they're right on Beatty Road in Media, so they're 5 minutes from my house, and they were like, you got to come out and you got to get on the Bobcats. And I was like, yes.
Oh my God.
To go play at a quarry?
Yes.
Play with heavy machinery?
So if you guys want to come out and play with heavy machinery, you just
Yeah.
let me know, and we'll get. They have two different locations.
That would
One's
be a
in-
massive insurance risk.
Yeah, they have one in Media and then one in Montgomery County as well. So if you guys want to get out and play with the stuff,
maybe.
Yeah, we'll get that done.
Definitely. All right, I'm watching Ryan on the other side of the glass frantically bounce around, and or do we have Whitney or not? No? Okay, so nobody's calling in at this point. And it's already 5 minutes past our interview time. So what do you think we should do? Just move on to something else, Kate?
Yeah, I guess we can move
I don't
on.
know who he's talking to, though.
He might be talking to Art.
Okay. All right. Well, we were working on it, but if she's not calling in, we can get some other things. But doubling back real quick to Mountain Fest and Cardboard Classic, you can go to WMMR.com. We have all the information there, but the deadline is Friday. And just a reminder, it is free. It is 100% free to attend. If you want to go to the concert, which is on Saturday, the next day, Sugar Ray and Wheatus are the featured performers, and they're doing pond skimming and fireworks. You just need a lift ticket, and you get to go to that.
It is such a great weekend. They really, honestly, if you've not been to the area, the town is just loads of restaurants, multiplexes, an actual town, things to do.
Yeah, it's Scranton.
It's Scranton.
So there's plenty, most definitely. All right, so I'm going to move on. I think. Case, what do you think?
Yeah, well, do you want to crack Ryan's mic and give us a little heads up on
Ryan, what's the latest on interview?
So at this rate, I'm waiting on a Zoom link for Whitney. I've asked for that. Yes. So waiting for that to come over. They said they were sending it over, so I'm waiting for that.
So we're going to Zoom with her. I thought we were just going to do a phone call, Case.
So did I.
That's what I taught.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, this is good.
They give you an ETA?
They did not. Art is frantically working on it, though.
All right. Well, okay.
Well, I want to say you had mentioned the town that we're in. And so the hotel that we stay at is right next to a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so excited because I'm just realizing that 1 week from today, Preston, we're going to see Project Hail Mary.
I know. I am excited about that.
Yeah. And then, and so I believe either next week or the following week, we'll have tickets to give away to another screening. Project Hail Mary doesn't come out till March 20th.
That's right, yeah.
And this,
the end of the month.
I feel like this is the earliest we've ever gotten to see a movie that we were excited for.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Read the book a couple times. Big fan, and looking forward to it. So that's good to know. All right. Well, I think we should. What was that?
Can we stop saying? Can we stop saying on the air where we are staying?
Why?
Secure, like it's very uncomfortable. That's all.
Okay.
We tend to say a lot, like, "Hey, we're staying at this hotel. We're staying at that hotel."
I didn't know we named our hotel.
No,
there's several hotels there.
There are a lot of hotels near movie theaters in Scranton.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anyhow, there are a couple of recalls. I thought I might share those to get a little bit of time. And some of these are time-worthy of recalls. So when it's food-related, I like to get them out right away. But there's a Portland, Oregon company that's recalling nearly 3.4 million pounds of frozen chicken fried rice products sold at Trader Joe's stores because it might contain pieces of glass.
So they want to send it back home to Oregon?
Back home to Oregon.
That's true. Yeah, it's in Oregon. The Agriculture Department officials have reported this. It's called Ajinomoto Foods, North America.
Which means a bleeding throat.
They pulled Trader Joe's chicken fried rice from stores nationwide.
Now with broken glass.
The frozen product containing fried rice, vegetables, chicken meat, and eggs
Something wrong with this.
is sold in 20-ounce plastic bags.
My Adam's apple fell out.
The affected packages have best buy dates of September 8th through November 17th at 2026.
Been eating something or bit into something that could ostensibly have been harmful had you swallowed it?
Yeah.
Glass.
Yeah. What? No kidding.
Yeah, so years ago, I was staying at my buddy's place in Wildwood, and we got cheesesteaks, and the cheesesteak that I had had
glass.
With glass. It literally had broken glass in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How big were the shards?
Pretty damn big, like rock salt big.
Wow.
Yeah.
I one time ordered food to go at a restaurant, and this is when we lived in Delaware County, and it was a little bit of a drive to go get this food. I went and picked it up. I brought it back home. I was starving, mind you, starving. And I'm eating. It was a salad, and I bit into something solid, and I pull it out, and it was just a big piece of plastic. I mean, guys, it was like this big.
Wow, like a $50.
Largely, yeah, exactly, like a $50 size. And it was all chewed up and, like it had been in a mixer or something like that. And I'm like, but I was so hungry. I was starving.
What are the odds?
That I did not care and I went ahead and I ate the rest of it.
Sure.
And I never called the restaurant and complained, and I probably could have and should have, and I didn't.
Somewhere along the line, a cap or something ended up.
Yeah.
Dude, that's wild.
So you don't know what kind of plastic it was?
It looked no, Casey.
Okay.
It was tan in color. And it looked like it was torn off of something larger, but it could have been, I don't know, part of a plastic, a spatula or something like that, or I don't know. But
Interesting.
I felt bad about doing it, but I was so hungry. I don't care. It wasn't a snack. I was famished.
When you're famished and like you have a rotting piece of something, I'll cut it off.
Yeah, exactly.
This part looks good.
Yeah.
Rotting
That's it.
is different than something fell in. Like, you're fine.
Yeah.
Just push it to the side.
So, back to the glass, though. The problem was detected after 4 consumers complained of finding glass in their food. No injuries have been reported. Consumers should avoid eating the product.
Oh, no.
And throw it away.
I guess we should throw it away, hon.
Or return it to the store where it was purchased. So, again, that was the Trader Joe's chicken fried rice. So you want to look into that. And you can find out the exact, if you go do a quick search, you can find out the exact product number and all that
Dude,
stuff.
if I were to come across a piece of glass in my food, I'd freak the hell out.
Yeah, that might be a bit much. All right, so another food recall. So I want to get to that. Recall. There's a nationwide recall of Chips Ahoy Baked Bites Brookie.
Oh, I like the Brookies.
That's being expanded due to a choking hazard. According to the FDA, the updated recall alert was issued this past Wednesday to include additional pouches of the product, which were sold at a limited number of retail stores nationwide. So Brookies are brownies and cookies.
Yeah. What's
right?
the choking hazard on that? Is that they're
Kinda
so
mixed
damn
together.
good? You just shovel them in?
They taste so good you don't take time to chew. Mondelez Global LLC first announced voluntary recall in December due to an incorrect mixing process that resulted in the formation of small cornstarch clumps in the product.
I love the CCCs.
The cornstarch clumps?
Cornstarch clumps.
That can lead to choking.
Well, that would be that's a substantial clump.
Yeah, according to the alert, there have been no reports of injury or illness. Yeah,
I can handle
are they like clumps that you can't chew up?
Are they like hardball size?
Because if they're anything like a cookie,
it's gonna be.
Well, you're
clumps.
going to choke on it if you don't chew it up.
Yeah.
If you don't have the ability to chew it up.
Maybe people don't read the directions on how to chew.
But cornstarch itself is like powdery, is it not? Like,
wait a minute.
What?
There are actual directions on how to chew.
Move your mandible up and down in a grinding motion.
No, cornstarch is grainy.
Yeah.
But it's very fine grain.
So fine.
According to the alert, there have been no reports of injuries or illness and no other Chips Ahoy or Mondelez Global LLC products that are included in the recall.
They've got to be aggressively, if the company finds out something like this exists, they have to be aggressively, or they should be, on top of it, because you don't want anyone choking on their cornstarch clumps.
I saw something that this person used cornstarch. So, like, suppose you're cooking with the oil, right? And you got all that oil in the pan afterwards, and you're not supposed to put that down the drain. This person took a clump of the cornstarch and mixed it into the oil and then let it cool and then congeal.
And made a hat.
You could kind of make a beret out of it if you wanted to. But it all just kind of clumps together, and then you could just throw it away in the trash.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what you do with that afterwards.
Just awesome. What was the stuff that we had? I don't think it was it cornstarch? Cornstarch and water. Remember when we did Science Day?
Sulfur-hexafluoride?
And you could punch it.
Oh, yes.
And it would be solid, but if you slowly moved your hand into it, it would go in. But anything with force causes it to solidify.
On its molecular level, when it meets immediate pressure, it becomes hard.
Yeah.
But
It wasn't cornstarch. What? Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of, Casey. I'm thinking of cornmeal.
Oh,
cornmeal is that stuff that's used sometimes on the bottom of a pizza,
right?
But cornstarch is
starch is a starch, but cornmeal is a meal.
I think it's cornstarch.
I think it was cornstarch.
Yeah,
so do I.
It was like 50-50 water and cornstarch, and it's a really cool thing.
Right? All he did was add water to it.
You see, cornstarch isn't cheap. You just have to buy a lot of it.
Wish I could remember what that was called, though.
What?
What I mean, it's called.
It had a
Flavian flirt.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the condition that allows that to happen?
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly.
Science
what that is.
Day. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. All right. So anyhow, there's been a recall on the on Chips Ahoy and Brookie. All right. The Consumer Product Safety Commission announced a recall of tens of thousands of spa jets. The agency said that the hydromassage rotary jets in the High Life Collection spas, and this is dangerous, can create a suction that allows a person's hair to become entangled and pull them under the water.
Whoa. That's a little bit more dangerous than cornstarch balls.
When we bought our hot tub, it was one of the fears that I have because I had seen years and years ago when I was much younger, I had seen a story of a girl who was in a hot tub and she went under. And in the, it has to suck the water in before it shoots it out of the jet. So there's an intake, and her hair got caught in the intake, and you drowned.
Dude,
it holds you underwater.
I don't own one, so I don't know if this is the case. Is there a dump, a way to quickly dump the water from a hot tub?
No, not like that.
All right.
Nope. So about 32,900 hot tubs in the U.S. and another 853 in Canada have been recalled. The hydromassage rotary jets have 6 fins and were sold as part of the High Life Collection spas or as replacement parts.
Could you?
Yes.
Could you market them the way they are as hot tub salons?
What? As
your hair?
Oh no. 8 models were part of the collection that were part of the recall. The Grandee, Envoy, Vanguard, Aria, Prodigy, Sovereign, Jet Setter, and Jet Setter LX.
It's a super quick name.
These are cool names.
Yes.
The Sovereign.
I'm the sovereign of all spas.
The Prodigy.
I want a spa that's my sovereign.
These were the...
I don't want to have my beard torn off.
The 23, 24, and 20...
with a couple of chicks. Have a good time.
That's what you're there for.
Some of those Hobbit chicks.
No, the model years 23, 24, and 25. They were available from October 2022 to September 2025. And you can get some replacement parts. If you have one of the spas listed, you're told to stop using them, visit the company's website, and provide your spa's serial number to see if your spa has the recalled jets or not.
I would imagine that's something you absolutely have to have a professional do when you're anything in the spa, anything that because of the electric,
Yeah.
I mean,
electricity and water
you
together.
Can't screw around with that.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, next recall. There's more.
Recaller.
Oh, wait, there's more. All right, so thousands of smoke detector fire alarms sold exclusively on Amazon have been recalled over a sound issue that could pose a fire hazard.
That's the alarm.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission said in a notice that 11,000 L Shom, is it Shom, S-H-O-M? L Shom photoelectric 3-pack smoke detector fire alarms may fail to activate promptly if the sensing threshold of security warning is set too high. There's a threshold? That's interesting.
We want you to heat up. We don't want you to burn.
The alarms are...
Set it to 130.
White and circular. They have a light sound warning and a test button, and they are operated by 9
We want light coughing. We don't want you doubled over.
Products are sold on Amazon February 24 to December 25 and cost about $30. They have the brand numbers that you can look up. Consumers should immediately stop using the product and discard the smoke alarms in the trash. Like they're not even taking them back. You just chuck them. That's all there is to it. No injuries or incidents associated with the recalled product have been reported to the Consumer Protection Service Agency.
Anything like that, like child equipment like baby seats or anything like that, or smoke detectors, the lawsuits are just huge.
Carbon monoxide
detectors.
Yeah. And if you look up, and as I've said this before, if you look through recalled items, like a lot of them are baby items.
Yes.
A lot of them.
What was that one?
Choking hazards.
They just had. It was a baby swing or a chair that would fold in on top of the kid and choke the kid.
Mm-hmm. By the way, it's called non-Newtonian fluid.
Non-Newtonian fluid. That's
Newtonian. Like Newton, like Sir Isaac Newton. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is?
That cornstarch thing going back.
I'm like...
Yeah. Smoke detectors. Everybody calls it non-Newtonian fluid these days.
Did you put the batteries in the non-Newtonian fluid?
Non-Newtonian fluid.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So
equal parts cornstarch and water.
What would Newtonian fluid be?
Okay, so it's Newton. So I think maybe that they give it that nickname because of the unstoppable force hitting an unmovable object. I don't know.
Well, you got the Newton's laws of physics, right? So you got your first
and his legal firm.
Yeah,
and that too.
Newton Law.
He was a lawyer too.
Yeah, and a cookie maker.
You don't need an apple to hit you in the head to know that you've been taken for a ride. Call Newton Law anytime, day or night.
Newton Law.
Newton.
Or Newton.
Is Newton there? No. Is Newton there? No, he's out to lunch. Is Newton there? Speaking.
All right, two more. Aerova recalls Aerove air purifiers.
I thought you were speaking pig Latin there for a second.
I know. Due to fire and burn hazards. So
Well, that
air purifiers.
That would make the air less.
Yes, it would be less pure, wouldn't it? We would call that counterproductive.
Setting on fire.
By the way, they sold about 191,000 of these, so there's plenty of them out there.
So I have a whole bunch of air purifiers in the house with the UV air cleaning, parasite killing, whatever the hell it does. And I got them all from Sharper Edge.
Okay.
And I've always used them, and they work terrifically well.
Sharper Edge is still around?
Yeah.
Or Sharper Image.
Sharper Image.
Okay.
What are there filters you have to change on
Yes.
it? How
Yeah.
often?
If we have cats and all that stuff, so fairly often. I have
The air purifiers, these particular ones, can overheat and ignite, posing fire and burn hazards to customers.
Well, that sounds bad. I have one that's constantly running in my room.
Yeah.
In the where we sleep, and where our children play with their toys.
Consumers should stop using the recalled Aerove air purifiers immediately and contact Aerova for a free replacement air purifier, by the way. Like I said,
Where my children come and play with their toys.
Thank you, Michael. So they sold a lot of those, about 190 some odd thousand of them. So heads up. I only have one other one. Alterian has recalled their Per Steam Elite Travel Steamers and Mighty Lil Steamers.
Lil Steamer.
Due to risk of serious burn injury.
That company's out of Cleveland, is it not?
Yes. The Cleveland Steamer Company is issuing the recall, Steve, because of burn injuries.
Right.
I burn myself on these things all the time.
So how often do you use steamers?
A lot, because I don't iron. I'll just steam. And I'll always kind of forget, and I'll just I'll try to do it against a wall so it has a hard surface, pretty much like I'm ironing. But then every once in a while, I'll put my hand behind it and then do it. And
that would hurt.
It'll get you.
It gets me.
Yeah. I've tried using the steamers before, and they kind of sort of work and never don't get it quite to the level I think I need.
I don't think maybe 4 times in my life have I ever ironed or steamed.
Ironing sucks.
It does suck.
God, I hate ironing.
There's a new invention that they have at IKEA. Somebody else invented it, and I think IKEA bought it. And it's literally like the shape of a human form, and you put your T-shirt on it, and you turn it on, and it blows it up. And so you put it there for like 10 minutes, and apparently all the wrinkles come out.
I need to see this.
Yes. Yeah.
It takes 10 minutes?
Yes.
So if you throw stuff in the dryer, that can kind of do it too,
That's
right?
what
but
I
that takes a
figure.
little bit
Kinda,
longer. That takes
yeah.
like 20 minutes at least, I would
Yup.
think.
The Aeronox.
But where I need to see T-shirts, I don't care if T-shirts are wrinkled. I really don't care.
I sort of do.
It's the button shirts. It's Oxford.
Those are supposed to look nice.
Those are the ones that I really have an issue with. So Marissa has pulled this up, the Aeronox. So it can do long sleeve shirts too, Marissa.
Yep. So it's like it's a full form when it blows up. I'm going to fast forward so you can see it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so it just
Okay.
looks like a little human body in the corner,
Yeah.
and it's just fully blown up. And it just stretches out the clothes. It looks like in some of the examples you should dampen it so
Why
that
don't
it
you
does
just
get out the wrinkles.
Ask your chubby nephew to wear it.
So I have questions. You've only seen this? Have you seen anybody use it before?
Only seen it online.
I'm wondering how much it costs and how long it takes to de-wrinkle a shirt.
We have questions, but it appears to be de-wrinkling rather quickly.
This looks pretty cool. Like I might buy something like this.
And what about so with this? But for T-shirts and for regular button shirts?
Yeah. So look, it's got long sleeves. It's got long arms coming down
I
there.
just
so,
wonder
yeah.
if for people who regularly iron, if this is really that much easier. You know,
It might be.
It's still a process to do this.
But here's what you do. This looks like set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Ironing is a bit laborious.
Right.
And you
Don't
gotta
set it.
go
Don't
over-
forget it.
You got to go over and over it, and it's if you have a lot to do, it can be a little bit of tedious work. But this looks like if it's so. When this usually happens to me, it's like, hey, hon, we're going out to dinner tonight.
Yeah.
When are we leaving? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Oh, okay. And then I go into the closet. I'm like, oh, no.
Everything's wrinkled.
Yeah. So this would be would be speaking to me.
Do you know why this would be great as well? It would allow you the option of having celebrity heads that you could put on top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those masks that you got us, Steve.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get the crispness of ironing.
McLovin ironed my shirt.
You're not going to get the collar crisp
That's what I
or
was
pants if you want a seam on them.
Well, can you
Marissa-
use starch on it?
Can you look at price wise?
I'm trying to find it. I'm not.
See how much it costs.
I thought I saw the price of $38.99.
That was a different thing.
That was
So
a
they
different thing? Okay.
Also have these other options where it's kind of like a big bag and it does the same thing, but you're putting the clothes inside of it.
How much for the big bag?
It says typically costs around $160.
Okay.
So
All right, yeah,
that's
so
not
then-
crazy expensive.
Would you get this?
Yeah, maybe.
And it could also be a friend, too.
I would have to. Yeah, it really could. You know what it looks like? Big Hero 6.
It does.
It
It looks a
does.
little
Very
bit like Baymax.
Yep.
That was his name. But I would, if this really worked, yeah, I think I'd get something like that. I think that's made for people like me.
But the question is, how long does an ironing session take on that? Can we ascertain that?
Marissa said 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Guessed that because it was at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
But let's see. The guy is setting it right here.
All right, we're looking
Is
at
he
a
forgetting
video
it yet?
of a guy operating it. So I don't know, but you know what? It's piqued my interest. So I will
Get one.
Look a little
I
further.
bet you
into
could
that.
do some rotisserie chickens on that, too.
Why not? So if you have the Aterian Pure Steam Elite Travel Steamer or the Mighty Lil Steamer,
It's going to kill you.
it could kill you. No, it could burn you. Serious burn hazard. Consumers should immediately stop using it.
Ow! Should I keep using this?
You should stop that, sir. Visit recall.puresteam.com and submit a recall request. As part of the request process, consumers will be required to provide their contact information and then cut the steamer's cord
While it's plugged in.
and upload a photo of the steamer with its cut cord in order to receive a full refund. Never heard of that before.
No.
You have to literally cut the cord. Huh. And then you should keep your steamer until receiving your refund.
And then, yeah, stick it where the sun don't shine.
They sold about 75,500 of them.
Yes, I
And-
seared the flesh off my left hand. Should I stop using this device?
And actually, the Mighty Lil Steamer, they sold about 119,000.
How much littler is the little steamer compared to the big steamer?
I don't know. I have not.
Is this
compared the
really lil?
It's very super lil. So anyhow, hey, we're keeping an eye out for you.
Yeah.
These are recalls. And for your safety, we have decided to announce those. All right. I think we need to take a break. And I think we're going to come back in a second and we'll get into some bizarre file stories. We simply scratched the surface the last time around. And don't forget our Word of the Week prize this week could put you in the pit for both Dave Matthews Band coming to Dave Matthews Band. shows coming to the town in the summer in honor of Dave. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
There's only one angle that it goes in, and when it goes in, the door like shuts perfectly, like immediately.
So we have the Joe. We have in our home. I guess I don't know if this is Philadelphia code or whatever. So we have the Xfinity system, the smoke detectors, or and then we also have to have a second set of smoke detectors as well. I don't know if that's still the case. So we have two. One time, accidentally, I disconnected the Xfinity system, and that alarm is super loud. But is that the norm that sometimes you have to have the backup battery system as well, or has that
the backup battery system is a bought system? A lot of apartment complexes have that,
right?
You know, and systems that you buy to monitor your home. But that's a problem for us too, because we go to an apartment and say somebody doesn't know how to cook, and they fill it. We call it a pot of meat. That's what it's called. Fill up the apartment with smoke, and now we're not supposed to reset your system, and everybody gets mad at us. We're not technicians. We're firefighters. There's no fire. Call your maintenance people to reset your alarm.
Right.
They go crazy. So unofficially, sometimes we help them out if we can, but if you have a new system that we don't know what it is, we have to be hands off.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not supposed to do it in the first place.
So
the people, we're trying to help them out.
There's sage advice there, Joe, too. If you do have a system at home, know what you need to do to cancel the system, because sometimes you'll forget. You're supposed to know what that code is so you can punch it in so they don't dispatch firefighters if it's for no reason.
And Philly, we're coming anyway. Once that thing goes off, we're coming anyway. There's no turning around.
All right. That's a good piece of information as well.
Yeah, we do not. Don't worry. They'll just come check it out, and they're not going to give you a hard time. It happens to everybody.
All right. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it, man.
Well, I guess the silver lining here is that I have 7 new smoke detectors.
Yeah, good.
So we're good for at least another 10 years, hopefully.
Let me go to one more call, then we got to take a break. I'm going to go to Joan. Hey, Joan, good morning.
Good morning.
What's up, Joan?
Love your show. I have a smoke detector chirping, getting under your skin story where I took yoga. Someone had a studio hooked onto their house, and at the end of yoga, you do Shavasana, which is quiet.
It's like a little meditation. Yeah,
it's meditation.
Yep.
So the whole meditation, I heard the chirping. And there was no relaxation, none. Mm-mm. So I let the instructor know, and she was like, yeah. So I go back to the studio the second time, same chirping during Shavasana. I had to stop going.
You'd stop going.
How do you live? How do you conduct your life with that constant chirping going on?
It's constant.
And
it's like
every part of your job involves instructing people how to meditate.
Steve, you make it your mantra.
Yeah.
just tell yourself.
Hey, have a good day, guys.
All right, you too. All right, we'll see you, Joan. Thank you.
Yeah, it was like every 30 to 45 seconds. It was.
You just want to die.
Mm-hmm. Casey,
you want to get burned to death.
If you come with another one of these next week, we will write you your own theme song.
Oh, yeah.
For Casey's do-it-yourself adventures.
I gave up on something yesterday. I fixed closet doors yesterday, but I gave up on a whole other project yesterday, so we won't get into that.
What we could do is we could DIY.
Don't do it yourself.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know how.
DIY. All right. It should be don't do it yourself, yo.
Don't do it yourself, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second, and I'll make Casey feel all better because I got some bizarre file stories of people who've done much worse.
Yes.
And we'll be right back. Stay with us. A bit about this story with Simone Biles, the gymnast. She was on a flight. She's only 4 feet 8 inches tall, but she's very recognizable, obviously. She's a superstar. But some people might not know who she is. And because of her size, it can throw people off a tad bit. Even if if you've ever met somebody famous and realized how short they are in person, so they can throw you off a little bit. So apparently she was getting on the plane, and one of the attendants had asked her if she wanted a coloring book because they thought she was a child.
She's a little girl, yeah.
And I wanted to get calls from people who are either small in stature or look really young.
Yeah.
And get mistaken for a child. And if this is just something that happens all the time, because Marissa, it happened to her just recently. 215-263-WMMR is a number, because I'm sure you're expecting it now if it's happened a lot.
So my sister-in-law gets this all of the time. She is very short, but she looks very young. She has.
Is she petite as well?
She's petite.
Okay.
She's very little. She looks a little more like an adult now because she's very athletic. So she's very muscular. So that will make her. But that would kind of be like Simone Biles.
Yeah.
That makes her look a little more adult-like. But so much so where she was probably. Maybe she was like 17, 18, something like that. And we had friends over and the little kids were there and they were like, I'm going to go play with my friend. I want to play with my friend. And they were talking about her. They thought she was a kid. So they wanted to play with her. Yeah, I can pull up a picture of her, sure.
Because also, I mean, Simone Biles, her face actually looks young. And if she's... So I can see that. I've known a number of people in my life who fall squarely in this category, who would dread going out to, it's mostly women in this case, bars and things like that, because of they get the reticent bouncer or there's no way,
Yeah, there was a guy I was in line with. He was at a store buying alcohol, and this was it might have been back in Missouri where you can buy alcohol at grocery stores. And anyhow. And was standing, and I'm looking at the guy, and he's got a 12-pack of beer, and I'm like, no way. Yeah. And I see him, and he's holding.
I'm only 6 years old.
Well, he's holding his ID in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yep.
He gets this all the time.
Getting that for your daddy, little fella?
Right, exactly.
It's the same thing also is, and we've talked about this before, is now this is visual, but the young voice when you answer a phone, or the kid's like, chirpy voice. But this is... you're showing up and physically you are just constantly mistaken for a kid.
Yeah. Marissa, do you usually get carded?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot.
Yeah.
And then it's embarrassing when I have my ID out and ready and then they don't want it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you're in that.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
Will you be needing any sort of walker?
My smile and my crow's feet kind of show. But no, there are some pluses to this. Like if you can get a kid's meal without being hassled.
I was wondering.
Some pluses. There's
if you might
minuses.
Try to pull that off or not.
Yeah, being at a concert is terrible. I've never seen a full concert just standing. If I'm in standing room, I've never seen a concert.
Just because you're short?
Ever, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathy, is this your cousin?
My sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And she's in her mid-20s now.
Yeah, she definitely looks like a kid.
She looks like a kid.
You can flip that around. I want to see as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she looks like a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Hang on. I'm going to go to Erica. Hi, Erica. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Erica?
Oh, so I am an elementary school teacher, and I'm 5 foot tall, and I'm constantly mistaken for one of my students if I'm bending down or sitting on the floor to help them, and someone else comes in the room. Constantly, where's your teacher? It's funny, but Marissa, I feel you because you're always in the front row when you're in a crowd. When you line up for pictures, like school pictures, I was always in the front row. I still am in the front row, with the kids. And it's funny, but okay, I'm short, I'm in the room.
Do other kids? So will kids or your will they approach you as a kid sometimes if they don't know you're the adult?
From the back, sometimes.
Yeah.
If you just see my hair, if you see my face, I look young, but I'm I teach elementary school, so I'm clearly not. If you see my face, like a 10-year-old.
Right. Yeah.
But I've been out with other people who are much taller than me and kind of been treated like you said, oh, do you need something? Do you?
Are you looking for your mommy?
Yeah, I'm not. No, thank you.
Now, Erica, if you were to dress the proper way, you think you could pull off being, a teenager for a little bit and fool some people?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We had a school theme day where it was the teachers dressed like kids and the kids dressed like teachers. And I wore leggings and a giant sweatshirt and put my hair in pigtails and I could have passed for a middle schooler.
I wonder if that would come in handy for I mean, listen, it's better that you're breaking, that you look younger than, who's this fossil, know? But I mean, I wonder if that comes in, well, besides Marissa's thing about getting to use the order from the children's menu without being hassled.
That I've never tried. tried. I've never tried that, but I've been in that Marissa situation where they're like, no, you're okay, and then other times they demand it.
Oh, Erica, when like at the Phillies when they have special promotions, all kids 15 and under get a complimentary bobblehead. You should try that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
All right, thanks, Erica. Appreciate it. All right, I want to go to now. It's not just the size, but this is interesting. Kevin has a thing that happens to his mom. Hey, Kevin. Good morning.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. What's up, man?
Hey, all right. So my mom has a very young sounding voice, and so whenever she answers a phone call or anything like that, people tend to think that she's actually a child.
Okay.
So she had called into the doctor's office to schedule an appointment or something like that, and when they answered, they thought that she was actually my younger sister, and they were giving her a hard time saying, that she wasn't able to make an appointment because my younger sister is only 11 years old.
Put your mother on the phone.
Yes, I'm trying to schedule a hysterectomy.
That's pretty funny, Kevin. And so how did she prove to them that she was indeed the mom?
Well, they obviously asked her the harder questions that an 11-year-old.
Who's president?
Right.
So,
wow.
That would be annoying. Yes, all the time.
Thanks, Kevin. All right, listen. So now I want to hear from childlike sounding people.
Yeah.
Right. To call us. 215-263-WMMR. If you get mistaken as a child because of your voice, I want to hear that. This is something we can do on the radio.
My friend in college had a voice that sounded and it was exacerbated by the phone. He sounded like a kid, like a little boy, and he was forever getting brick walls. Can you put your parents on?
Yeah.
But obviously he wasn't talking like a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old, but he just sounded like a kid.
Let me go to Heather. Hi, Heather. Good morning.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Yeah, Heather. What's going on?
My niece is almost 30 years old, and she gave birth within the last, 7 months. And she tells me that, people give her dirty looks because she's got a baby and she looks young. I'm like, nah, that's not the case. Until I went out with her shopping one time, and I walked a little back, just far back, just to, see if she was full of crap or not. And sure enough, people look at the baby, they look up at her, and she's very slim. She's all skin and bones.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, brought to you by Pro Team Collision, your trusted auto body repair shop in King of Prussia. And if you ever find yourself in an accident, go to the pros at proteamcollision.com. All right, here's a doozy for you. My God, an Italian woman endured 4 years of chemotherapy for a cancer that never existed.
Oh, my God.
The hospital, and I know we talk about the United States, or some people do, being a litigious society, but the woman has received a settlement. She's getting $500,000 in compensation.
That's it?
That is not enough.
It really does not seem
4
enough.
years of brutal chemotherapy.
600.
Yeah.
600,000 or 600?
600,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
But I wonder how much she had to spend for said treatment.
Stop and think about it.
Yeah.
That is a major upheaval to your life.
Oh, my God, yes.
To be thinking that that's going on. Just
So-
psychologically.
The case exposes profound failures in diagnostic safeguards and patient protections. What began as a routine orthopedic visit in 2006 spiraled into a life-altering ordeal marked by toxic treatments and deep psychological scars. Doctors reportedly identified a terminal lymphoma cancer arising in the lymphatic system and affecting the intestines after her visit to the hospital. That initial conclusion set in motion aggressive oncology care that would shape the next 4 years of her life. It also revealed how a single misreading can cascade through an entire system. The patient underwent high-dose chemotherapy from January 2007 to May 2011. Over that period, she suffered severe side effects, including hormonal imbalance and episodes of depression. Each new cycle promised hope, yet compounded physical toxicity and emotional distress. Friends and family watched as her daily routine was replaced by hospital infusions, lab draws, and constant monitoring. The treatment plan, built on the authority of a cancer label, left little room for doubt, and the human cost only grew. The turning point came when a control biopsy at another facility found no evidence of lymphoma. In May 2011, the Department of Internal Medicine and Medical Specialties in Genoa confirmed that she had no prior malignancy at all. In other words, the presumed cancer never existed, and the chemotherapy had been both unnecessary and harmful.
Yeah, think of the damage that you do to a healthy body by putting that chemotherapy into it. It's just... That's horrific. And $500,000 she got.
And the article that I said it words it this way. It says the hospital's agreement to pay the $500,000 represents an acknowledgement of serious error and the damage inflicted on a healthy person.
It was upside down.
It says compensation. I'm sorry, we had the chart upside down. The compensation of this kind typically addresses pain and suffering, prolonged treatment harms, and the economic impact of a derailed life. While money cannot reverse bodily toxicity or psychological fallout, it signals that institutions must answer for failures or care. She should have gotten millions from that.
I mean, that is, yeah. Wow. Again, I'm not a fan of being overly litigious, but I think that's a case that would warrant it.
Mm-hmm. In Florida, baby Hamilton, 68 years old, has been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a weapon and 2 counts of kidnapping. The sheriff's office said the woman was accused of holding 2 children at gunpoint and forcing them into her car. The sheriff said she should have handled the situation a little better.
So I saw Baby Hamilton on Broadway, and it was excellent.
By the way, these kids are 11 and 12 years old. So Hamilton's arrest came after a deputy responded to a home in reference to a possible kidnapping complaint and interviewed all those involved. When the deputy arrived, he spoke to a woman who said her son was fishing at the pond behind their apartment complex. However, around 5:03, she said she got a call from her son and could hear a woman shouting about trespassing and fishing on private property. She then said she tried talking to her son, but the call hung up. 10 minutes later, her son and his cousin in Hamilton showed up at their apartment. According to the mother, Hamilton told the kids where they were trespassing her property without permission, and she was going to speak to the manager of the property. When Hamilton left, the child told his mother that Hamilton had pointed a small silver gun at them and forced them inside the car. The other child's mother corroborated with the other mother and had told him as well, and it was the same story. And according to the children, after Hamilton accused them of trespassing, she asked them who they were, and where they lived. However, they told the deputy, they lied about that information because they didn't know who this woman was coming out.
Right.
And she got upset because she caught them in a lie and she pulled out a handgun. Oh, boy. Hamilton grabbed one of the kids by his shirt while holding the gun to force him into the car. Both kids sat in the back seat while Hamilton drove with the gun in her lap. And the children said that they asked Hamilton to let them go home by riding their bike or scooter. She refused to let them go. I mean, that's straight up kidnapping. According to Hamilton, she was worried about the kids drowning in the pond.
That seems like the real reason.
And was going to take them to police, which is why she told them to get in the car.
You guys are in danger of drowning. I'm going to shoot you if you don't walk away.
Investigators believe the boys didn't realize that they were on private property and likely didn't understand what that meant. Hamilton was arrested and is being held in Putnam County Jail without bond, by the way. Wow.
Funny how the story changes over time.
Yeah. I mean, maybe call the police.
Yeah.
I don't know. Might be a good idea. All right. Here's a story out of Georgia. A 4-year-old accidentally shot himself. He's okay, by the way. Well, kind of. In a Burger King parking lot on Wednesday. The child's mother said that she and her son stopped at Burger King to get breakfast when she learned that her dog had been run over and killed. Aww. And she said that in her grief, she didn't notice that her son had grabbed a Glock from the truck's glove compartment.
It happens.
The woman said the child pointed the gun at her and fired, hitting his own index finger. Officers responded where they found the child. He was taken to a children's hospital for treatment. Detectives are still working to confirm the details of what happened. No charges have been filed as of yet.
So my parents always left a pistol in the glove compartment when they would go into shop. We'd play with that.
Here, kids, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Play with the gun.
Play with the gun.
It's next to the ketchup packets.
Yeah. All right, and the one last story. A 15-year-old has been charged in connection with a stunt on the Queensboro Bridge earlier this week in New York that led to another teenager being rescued. Officials said a 15-year-old was charged with criminal trespass. It was an apparent stunt that drew a massive rescue response on the Queensboro Bridge after a 16-year-old fell into a confined space inside the bridge span.
I was seeing pictures of this rescue. This idiot just got in way over his head.
The incident may have started because of a social media trend. The 16-year-old was with friends when the incident happened, but they weren't the ones who alerted the authorities for help. After videos of the teenager who had fallen about 50 feet down a 3-foot by 3-foot shaft after climbing a section of the bridge over Roosevelt Island circulated on WhatsApp, a young woman saw it and called 911. Or actually, she texted them anonymously. She said, I really didn't know what to do because I wasn't there. She said the teenager was climbing the bridge with a small group of friends who apparently left the teenager alone after he fell down the shaft.
Those are friends.
They got out of there. The 16-year-old boy's mother from Long Island said the boy had brain injuries and it will take him time to recover. He remains at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Officials said that a second teen, a 14-year-old, is charged with reckless endangerment and criminal trespass after leaving the 16-year-old trapped there.
Man.
All right, and that is what I have in the bizarre file. I told you some crazy stuff happened.
Super crazy.
I even have more that we'll get to tomorrow, by the way. All right, as we take a break, we'll come back and get you set for lesson question for trash and music news. We'll get all that coming up. Don't forget Matt Cord is coming in. We'll see when he strolls in because it's a longer commute for everybody who does happen to be on the road this morning.
I think he's here.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Has this angelic face that I think makes her look, 15 years younger.
Like, what's your troubling story, sweetheart?
Right.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. I've seen women who are tiny who have babies that are like a half their.
Yeah.
Like it's like carrying around a full-sized human for them.
Somebody texted in and said being able to shop in the kids' clothes section can help save some money. That's
I know people
true.
who buy. I mean,
if you don't mind
I do.
Hello Kitty on your shirt.
No, well, I know people who do it, and I actually just did it for the first time, but will buy like kids' Nikes because they're cheaper than the adult Nike.
Okay.
How big can you get them? Can you get them?
I mean, like, like I can buy a kid size, and it's equivalent to the size shoe that I wear. Yeah, obviously,
little feet.
The larger size shoe you wear, I don't know that you can be able to.
What size?
I wear like a 7, 6.5, 7.
So it'd be like a kid's 8 or a kid's 9.
No, what is it? It's a kid's 5, I think.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a size and a half or 2 sizes down.
So I was able to save by shopping in the kids section for my condoms.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they were much
when
smaller.
I was a waiter. I needed to get pants for my waiting job, and I ended up going to Kohl's and I shopped. I got my pants in the kids' husky section.
My son is what you call stocky. He's husky. He's a whale.
Why'd you do that?
It was cheaper.
It was cheaper.
I
Okay.
had no money,
Okay.
and I just needed like black Dockers, and I think
I'm interested in that house dress.
Where do the fat kids shop?
Where those huge gelatinous kids shopping?
Let me go to Joe. Hey, Joe. Good morning.
Hey, you guys rock.
Thank you, Joe. What's up, buddy?
So when I started teaching initially, after I graduated, I was actually at my alma mater, and they asked me to go work at my high school, which I was really happy to do, to teach Spanish. And I have a backpack that's a professional bag to carry my laptop in. And I'm walking back to the other school that I normally teach at, and another teacher in the hallway, he's like, "Hey, son, do you have your hall pass?" And I work here.
Yeah.
Dude.
I work here! Hey! Hey! I work here,
You
a-hole!
son of a bitch! Imagine you think this little kid is freaking out. I swear to God, I'm going to sleep with your wife.
Oh, that's funny, Joe.
Yeah, no. Does it become annoying, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I had to grow out a full beard. Because if not, like nowadays, like if I shaved it off, I would look like a middle school student, and I don't want to get flagged down again.
Preston, I'm thinking of that Monsters episode where Eddie has the full beard.
Oh, yes. Hey, by the way, so if you watch Umbrella Academy, the character number 5, he is a young guy, looks really, really young, but acts much, much older.
Right.
And his character in real life is an elderly guy, but he's in a kid's body. And he pulls that off.
He's great.
Seamlessly. Yep. And I'm always amazed by that. Somebody who can
project that.
You might sit there and go, okay, maybe this guy's in his 30s and he's got some kind of a condition that makes him look like he's, 13 years old.
You refer to kids like that. They say they're possessed of an old soul.
An old soul, yeah.
The only time I ever felt like he wasn't doing a great job acting like an adult in this past season was when he was drinking alcohol. I was like, if he actually ever drank alcohol, he wouldn't be drinking like that. Do you know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
Let me go to Ashley, who sounds very young. Hi, Ashley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Ashley. So let's hear you chat a little bit. What have you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 41.
Oh wow.
And I get from like teenager to young 20s. And I look very young too.
Okay, so not only do you look young, you sound young. So that's a double edge when you're trying to say buy alcohol or go into a bar or something.
Do you get carded a lot?
And yes, absolutely. And I have a 21-year-old daughter too. So when I was young, when she was younger, I would get dirty looks all the time. Like anytime I went to the store, people would like give me dirty looks, and I even had a lady at the store come up to me and tell me I should be ashamed of myself.
What? Because she thought you
was like,
because she thought you were like a teenager with a child with an adult child, or
yes.
None of your business. First,
do you guys get mistaken for sisters? You and your daughter?
Yes.
That's got to be cool in one way.
Yeah.
So when is it the most frustrating? Like when strangers are berating you at Wawa?
Yeah, like it was just embarrassing. Like and I shouldn't have to tell someone like what my age is. Like,
right.
Here's my ID.
Yeah.
Like just mind your business.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have you ever been in a place? I mean, you always have to make sure you have that ID on you, or you will end up screwed in a number of situations.
Always.
Yeah. No.
Even checking into hotels, they're like, excuse me, where are your parents?
Yeah. Where's your mom? Where is your mommy?
If you're sitting, if you're at a restaurant and you're with a whole group of friends, adults, whatever, and you order a cocktail, or sometimes you the only one that they'll ask to see an ID?
Always.
Always.
So have you ever been offered like a comic book or like a
stare at it?
Yeah.
Like they'll stare at it for like a good minute. And I know they want to be like, especially when they hear me speak too, because I sound really
that doesn't help.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ashley.
You know what I think adds to it, because it does happen to me a lot, because you know how young I look.
You look
guys.
incredibly young.
Yeah, because I look so young. No, but
it was Preston and Steve and the kid was the original title.
No, but seriously, if I don't have makeup on, I always get carded. Like they'll look at me. Yeah, if I guess I don't know, I look younger or whatever. And what was amazing was when I went out to dinner with my best friend Elisa Frederico, aka Dressing Jane, and they carded her and not me, and they carded me and not her. We're the exact same age. So of course, when the lady walked away, I was like, I clearly aged better than you.
I'm gonna go to Kevin wants us to try something out. Hey, Kevin. Good morning.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, what's up, bud?
So my daughter has the same issue everybody else does. She sounds so much younger than she is, and she looks younger. Mm-hmm. So I was going to have her talk to you guys a little bit, and then we'd give you the surprise on how old she is today.
All right. It's her birthday today. All right. So what's her name?
Her name is Phoenix.
Okay. And, hey, Phoenix, how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, so we can hear your voice a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you went to school, stuff like that.
Neshaminy.
I went to Neshaminy, in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious because the amount of the times that people ask me like how old I am, it's hilarious.
Okay. All right.
Because like I look and I sound younger than I am, and I've had many people tell me that they think that I'm 16.
Okay.
Yeah. I would guess younger.
I'd guess younger.
I would say
too.
middle school.
Yeah, I was going to say like 13 years old. Yeah.
So Phoenix just turned 21.
Wow. Hey, happy birthday!
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
And are you ready to face the now? Number one, do you drink alcohol, or are you going to start drinking alcohol today?
Probably. I'm probably going to have a drink when I get home from after work.
All right, you are going to be prepared to have that ID ready to go all the time, I guess.
Yeah.
What about like things like R-rated movies and stuff like that? Has anybody ever stopped you and checked your ID?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
We are not too far away from at all. It is a little bit after 10 o'clock. We're looking at the snow making its full-on exit a little later on today around 2, 3 o'clock, something like that. You're going to see moments that are going to peak. There's going to be peaks and valleys between now and then, so it might be tapering off for a little while, and then 30 minutes later, you're like, why is it snowing again?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of off and on for a little bit, but that's when it will be fully wrapped up.
But we did talk to Nor'easter Nick earlier today, and he said that later in the afternoon, after what you were saying, Preston, the clearing process can take place. Mm-hmm. You can have confidence that you're good to go.
Yep.
And that tomorrow should be fairly much a return to normal.
Yeah, partly cloudy, high 33 tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be in the 40s, and maybe even some rain coming up on Thursday. It's going to help.
Weekend right up to the 50s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Oh, nice. Okay, well,
I like it.
That helps. That helps for sure. All right, lesson question time. And we're going to give away a pair of tickets for, let me see what we have here. David Spade is going to be performing at Ovation Hall, Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City. And tickets are on sale now for this. So it's going to be Saturday, March 7th, which is great. Takes place on a Saturday. Here's the question you have to answer. What is the name of Isaac Newton's new law firm? 610-660-9333. Okay, we just said that a little while ago, about 9:30. What is the name of Isaac Newton's law firm? 610-660-9333. If you happen to know that, if you heard that, please call right now because we'd love to give those tickets to go see David Spade to you. Let's do the trash while you're calling.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, while we're waiting for those calls, we'll get a few stories from the trash. What's going on, Steve?
Well, Preston, the Daily Mail reporting that Sebastian Stan and his girlfriend Annabelle Wallace are still going strong after 3 years of dating. When the Daily Mail reporter was asked why this warranted a story, he ran away crying.
Annabelle.
A new TMZ documentary premiering on Hulu claims that the scalp burn Michael Jackson suffered filming that Pepsi commercial was not exacerbated by his hair product. Apparently, TMZ discovered that Jackson often employed an afro pick made out of dynamite. That's dangerous. And finally, Corey Feldman, I don't know if you saw this, crashed a lounge act at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas and performed a cover of Jesse's Girl. Audience members responded to Feldman's cover saying, Jesse's Girl really dodged a bullet. Yeah. And that's your Hollywood Trash.
All righty. We will see if we got somebody who knows the answer to this. What is the name of Isaac Newton's law firm? 610-660-9333. And we're going to check in with Randy and see if we get that answer. Hi, Randy. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Randy, the name of Isaac Newton's law firm, please.
Newton, and Newton.
Yes. Hold on, my man. You get to go to the show, which is awesome. MMR Rocks David Spade, the I Gotta Feel For It tour, Saturday, March 7th at Ovation Hall at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City. Tickets are on sale now at theoceanac.com, so get them now.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
So Dave Grohl has explained why Foo Fighters parted ways with drummer Josh Freese in May. It's a new interview that he did for Apple Music One. Dave said the whole band made the decision together during a touring break in 2024. I guess the whole band except for Josh.
Yeah. He was out of that decision.
But he said it didn't happen overnight.
It was the next morning, too.
It was something they took a little time with to try and figure out. There's some times where slowly you're like, this is kind of working, but it could be better. It could be better, and you probably wrestle with it. Could we keep going? Yeah, maybe. But then again, it could be better. And so it's, I guess.
Let's say if people found out you have another wife and child, and you wanted to distract from that.
Freese, who joined after the death of Taylor Hawkins, later said that the band's music never really resonated with him anyway. Dave acknowledged that finding a replacement for Taylor, who, of course, had been the drummer for 25 years, was incredibly difficult. And former Nine Inch Nails drummer Elam Rubin has taken over that role. So, Ghost frontman Tobias Forge says that the band has nothing planned after the current Skeletor wraps up, and he's okay with that. In an interview, Forge said 15 years of nonstop touring has left him physically and mentally drained, and that his teenage kids, who have largely grown up without him home, need him around now. And he also said that he simply has run out of creative ideas for Ghost right now, and he needs some time away to find some fresh inspiration.
You know what he literally is? Ghost Dad.
Yeah.
Like the Bill Cosby movie.
Forge confirmed he is working on other projects, including 2 films and a non-Ghost music recording, but a new Ghost album is not in the works.
So any word on what those movies are that he's part of?
Nothing that I've seen.
Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad. Yeah, the remake.
And then finally, Mumford & Sons are hitting the road in a big way this summer and fall. The band announced the Prize Fighter Tour alongside the release of their new album called Prize Fighter, co-produced with Aaron Dessner of The National. The North American leg kicks off June 2nd in Vancouver, runs through October 6th near Los Angeles, stopping in iconic venues like Wrigley Field in Chicago, Fenway Park in Boston, and Madison Square Garden in New York. Opening acts are on various dates include Sierra Farrell, Camp, Lord Huron, Marcus King Band, Dylan Gossett, and Medium Build. The only date that I saw in our area is June 20th in Hershey. Really? I did not see a Philadelphia stop.
So the Stuff case, have they sort of kept that Celtic vibe? Or
No, it's more like folky or whatever. It's not necessarily Celtic, but I was actually listening to the album this morning.
How is it?
It's not bad. There's a lot of collaborations. So the first song of the album they do with Chris Stapleton. Then they've got a song with Hozier. I got another song with Gigi Perez and also Gracie Abrams. But I'm digging it.
You were a big fan.
Yeah,
for a
the
while.
first 2 albums I absolutely loved, and then the third album they plugged in, and there were
Space People, right?
Space People was on that one. You remember that one, and there were a few songs of that off that album that I really liked, but. It was kind of like with like Dave Matthews. I was big into Dave for the first few albums, and I've just sort of fallen off. Same thing with Coldplay too.
Right. Well, let's see what you think of it, Steve. I've got one of the. This is the first release from the album. I like it. It's a different feel.
I'm getting tired of the
Yeah.
I'm tired of the
So not necessarily Celtic.
Well, the message is clear. They're kind of tired of the sound that they fostered.
Yeah.
And they want a new direction.
And they got a female singer.
I'm tired of the
What's
Gracie
Marcus's
Abrams.
wife's name?
Oh gosh,
The actress, she's terrific.
Yep. She was in that movie with those people.
You know,
Yeah.
Leslie Jones.
It was about that thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and they were doing stuff.
Yeah.
She played Daisy in The Great Gatsby. She was in the
Carey Mulligan.
Holy Jesus.
So
She was in Saltburn. That was the movie.
She was in Saltburn.
That one. The tub.
general ticket sales start on Friday for the Mumford & Sons tour. And like I said, Hershey on June 20th is all I saw.
It was funny that the tub scene was what they were talking about, not the full-on frontal nudity from Barry Keoghan at the end of the movie.
That's what turned you on.
Well, dude. I mean, so there was full front. Well, there was side nudity where he bangs a gravesite, and you're like, that dude's packing some heat, right? And then he does the full frontal thing at the end, and you're like, this dude. I mean, he wasn't Lord of the Seven Towers or whatever. What is that?
Knights of the Seven Kingdoms.
But a formidable shillelagh.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap.
With knots in it and everything?
Knots and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, after the tub scene, I was kind of like, that's what everybody was talking about? Okay, that was fine.
By the way, Steve, a porn star, male porn star name, Naughty Shillelagh.
Naughty Shillelagh. I love it.
That's
when
a
it's
good
big
name.
enough to get knots.
Naughty Shillelagh. All right, that's, well, if you didn't notice, this is music news.
Yeah.
That's the end of it, by the way. All right, we're going to take a break. Matt Court is indeed here to usher you through the rest of your day or just kind of guide you wherever you may be going or not going today. We'll come back in a moment, get the letter of the day for the word of the week from him, and see what he's got cooking for this snowy Monday morning. We'll be right back.
So young. they probably proof you for like milk at Wawa, or if you're purchasing, you do. Yeah, I would have put you in like 11, 12. You know. Oh, well, that's cool. Listen, there's a plus side to that. We assume because you are this way, you will age. You'll look younger longer. But I have seen people hit that wall where they've looked young and sounded young all their lives, and then it just like snaps and they fall apart. So hopefully that won't happen to you.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for your call. Appreciate it. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
She does sound
Speaking
young.
to somebody who looks and sounds young, and I just saw a story about her this morning. Yardley Smith.
Yes.
Who's the voice of Lisa Simpson.
Just got married.
She got married to her security guard, somebody who was in charge of her security. So that's
her security.
They were doing a little story on her, and she's one of those who always looked way younger and sounded way younger than she actually was, because that voice of Lisa Simpson is almost exactly just her regular speaking voice. Let me go, hang on here. I'm going to go to Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Shannon?
Not much. So I started working at a funeral home, my family funeral home, when I was 20. And I look really young. I sound really young. And my first experience was when I started answering the phone. I answered the phone, and this lady thought I was like 14 years old. She just couldn't stop laughing. And I was like, I'm trying to get your information. I'm trying to be professional. And she just wouldn't stop laughing. She's just like, how old are you? You sound like you're like 12. Why are you answering the funeral home?
Shannon, did this woman just have a loved one die recently that it called?
Yes.
And she had the moment. Okay.
My husband just died in a horrible locomotive crash, but you're really pepping me up.
Right. So I just was like, all right, I'm trying to be taken seriously, but you know, I was like, do you want to take a break? Call me back? Like, I don't know, whatever you want to do. I mean,
Shannon, they must think, or she must have thought that you use the bodies, you drink their blood to remain eternally young.
Yeah.
That's the whole, that's why, that's what's happening over there. They're drinking the blood. That's funny, especially at a funeral home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I look really young, too. So when I would take funerals, people, just are like, what the heck is this chick doing? She can't be in charge.
It's routinely a funeral home. It's not like a teenager's summer job, you know?
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
And I automatically think of old people
Yes.
when I think somebody running a funeral home. Well, I'm sure it's not.
We're
the
so
case.
sorry about your loss and everything. I'm sorry. It was like so awesome.
All right. Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate it. Some people have been on hold for a while. I'm going to go to Matt next. Hi, Matt. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, man. What's going on?
So, I'm 30, and my wife a couple years ago was shopping for a wedding dress. They thought she was going for a prom dress.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
It happens all the time. I grew a beard just so that I look my age, but she's 5'0" and has a really young face. We're out to dinner, like, her parents take us out to dinner or something. She gets carded, I don't, and I'm like, why does this look so creepy now?
Yeah,
totally.
Oh, my God, Matt. So you have a beard, and you look like a molester then, right?
A little creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she's wearing a wedding ring. We're with her parents. Just come on.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
I bet you when you walk along, people look for those hand signals like, I know she's been abducted. I'm just waiting for that hand signal.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Then there are those people that are born that look older than they actually are. We're talking about this story. Simone Biles, the gymnast, was asked if she wanted a coloring book as she was getting on a flight.
It's too funny.
But when you're a teenager and you look older, that can play in your advantage.
Yeah.
Because that's the person that buys
Goes
the
by
beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least tries to.
I got us hookers and beer for tonight.
Let me go to, let's see, we got a bunch
Best
of people.
elementary school ever.
Let's go to Chris. Hey, Chris, good morning.
Hey, what's the difference between people from Dubai and people from Abu Dhabi?
What was it?
Abu Dhabi do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the actual.
People from Dubai don't like the Flintstones. People from Abu
Dhabi do. It's one of my favorites, man. Never goes old.
All right, what's up, Chris?
So my wife is 5'1", and she looks. Everyone jokes she looks like she's 12.
Yeah.
So we've been married 13 years, together for 15. We have our oldest son is 12. It's just I called in about the rated R movie, but you touched on that earlier. But we get carded for rated R movies every once in a while.
Wow. Is she assumed to be your daughter?
What's that?
Do they assume sometimes that she's your daughter?
The movie attendant did, but the people at Graterford Prison did. I was a correction officer at Graterford Prison before it turned to Phoenix, and they every once in a while have searches, even for employees. So I brought her to work because she wanted my car for the day, and I brought her to work, and the guy asked me, "So what are you going to do with your daughter?" This is my wife. She has a driver's license.
Jeez,
man.
My God.
So do you sense that, Chris, that it's kind of flattering, or is it more annoying?
I love it.
What about her? What does she think about it, though?
I would assume she thinks it's flattering. I mean, it is a compliment.
It is.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Especially when you're going in and out of the prison.
Wow.
Get all those
to the point now where she has to get a duplicate ID so I can carry one of her IDs on me because sometimes she doesn't carry hers. And if we wanted to go to get a night drink or whatever, don't worry, I got your ID, babe.
Nice.
Yeah, you'll be screwed. Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. All right. Wow. Well, yeah, it's it must be a bit of a pain, but somewhat flattering.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, Steve, I think that that can kind of work in your favor. All right. Anyhow, thank you for the phone calls. I appreciate it. Casey has alerted me that I have to give away another $25 gift card for Insomnia Cookies. Yes. It is caller number 14 that we will take right now, 215-263 WMMR. I'll give you the gift card. And don't forget that Insomnia Cookies' new premium ice cream flavors allow insomniacs to indulge in their favorite pairing of warm cookies and cold ice cream. And by the way, they had the cookies they brought in were hot today. They were like fresh out of the oven, still warm.
I tried. What do you have the list of the flavors over there? I forgot. Is it Moon? Was it
Moon Tracks?
Moon Tracks.
Yep.
I had.
It's excellent.
Oh boy,
I had the. Where was the one? It's not on here. I had the mint one. And I forgot the name because they have really cool names. So they have Cookies and Dream, Caramillionaire, which they didn't have. They ran out of it. They sold out of it. So that's very, very popular. But they have a classic, and some of the cookies they have are banana split, hot fudge sundae. So they have the cookies that have the ice cream flavors.
That's amazing.
Anyway, go to insomniacookies.com for details about the brand new cookies in ice cream flavors. And in the meantime, we'll take that caller, set you up. We'll be back in a moment. When we return, Jenny Slate will be joining us. College friendly. So yes, today Nick McWayne's 47th birthday, and we thought, it'd be nice to do something special. Sometimes we do little birthday events on the show, and sometimes we don't. We don't always do it. It kind of there's too many of us, and it would take too much.
We're busy people.
Yeah,
come on, man.
But this time around, Marissa Magnata had a great idea.
Yeah, home run.
And we're like, if you can make this happen, that would be fantastic.
Right.
So I'm gonna welcome now Nick. By the way, to set the stage, Nick is in the far corner of the studio. We have two podiums set up, and so obviously we're gonna play some kind of game. Let me make sure your mic works. Nick, can you?
Yeah, sound good?
Yeah, everything
Okay.
sounds good. Okay, so do you have any idea? No idea what's about to happen?
No, I'm a little nervous, but if there's any bit of trivia involved, I'm excited because I love trivia.
Yeah. What do you love about trivia?
Well, we used to play Crack Shot, which really made me nervous, but it was also kind of fun, trying to get them right. But I watch Jeopardy every night, and it's just my favorite game show. Shout out to Sheena Parveen, who was delivering clues on Jeopardy last night.
Yeah, she's now in San Diego, right?
Yeah, that was neat to see. But yeah, I'm just a trivia fan.
We did a Classroom. And I think you saw. Well, you're better than I am as far as I do love Jeopardy. I do love the trivia, but I fold. I just get too. I fold instantly when the time pressure's on.
Well, Steve, when you're on TV too, when the cameras are on you, I don't know if I'd ever do well on Jeopardy. Yeah, I do great on the couch when I'm sitting at home.
Yeah. On 93.3 WMMR for the Preston and Steve show at just about 10:30 on Monday morning. And what a way to kick off the work week. Hopefully you got the day off. It'd be nice. Maybe not even a virtual thing you got to do, but whatever. We are in luck in that the snow is not going to stick around as long as it did in the last bout that we had. Temperatures are going to be warming up over the next couple of days. A little cooler tomorrow, but Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday definitely in the 40s, and that is going to bode well for us as far as the snow making its way out of here. But I wonder if this will be, at least for the kiddies, a good sledding snow or not. I don't know.
Time will tell.
If they get out. Matt Cord is here. He had the right idea. I wish I would have brought some goggles. When I came in this morning, it was the wind was intense and the snow was blowing right in my eyes.
Yes, I put on reading glasses just to protect my eyes.
That was a good call right there, Matty.
Yeah.
Nice job. He's got the full-on snow reflector goggles, ski goggles.
I do have a pair of those at home. I should pop them on.
I forgot I had this pair, too.
Yeah.
It was like a Christmas present like 2 years ago.
I have a pair that I've hung on to just for getting out on the snowblower when it's crazy windy out. Yeah. In fact, we have those, Casey, from a couple of years ago from Tipsy Elves.
Tipsy Elves that came with our Spaceman snowsuits.
Yes.
That's the one that I have from that Spaceman.
Oh, goodness. Real quick, I would like to thank Nor'easter Nick.
Yay!
We did a check-in with him early this morning, the 7 o'clock hour, and that guy's on it as far as meteorology goes, and he gave us the rundown on what to expect the rest of the few days. And he did, looking down the way, Steve had actually asked him down the road, do you think we're done? And he said, I think there's maybe one more left before the season's up, and he's saying the first week in March, and he's like, nothing like what we've had these first two times, but maybe 3, 4, 5 inches, something like that might potentially be down the road. It's actually not too bad with the Cardboard Classic.
It's the Cardboard Classic week,
We're okay with that. It'll be Matt's first time broadcasting at the Cardboard Classic.
Can't wait. Do I get one of those suits?
That's a good question.
Nothing from Tipsy Elves this year.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we tried.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. But anyhow, it's been an enjoyable day today. Hopefully you had some quality time with us here on the program.
I think that so many people just are not doing anything this morning, but I hope hopefully you're with us.
Yeah. How was your drive in, by the way?
It got worse as I got closer to this. It was like I was going to the Poconos.
No kidding.
Yeah, where I left my house, which is Lima.
Yeah.
It was fine. Like, not fine, but the roads. And then as I crossed Route 3, and then there's a tree down blocking the entire City Line Avenue at Haverford Road.
Oh, wow.
So I had to go into a supermarket parking lot and go around. And
wow.
Yeah. And nobody there with the tree already.
Oh, my God.
This one is you were coming north, right? I guess. And as you head west, east, it gets worse this time around, which usually is the other way around.
St. Joe's, the roads were all like snow. And it got progressively worse as I got here.
Yeah.
And then there's nobody in the parking lot here. Where you guys are all parked?
So there's some covered parking across the street. So since we came and stayed at the hotel last night, rather than have to deal with the chore of clearing the car off, we parked.
How was that? Y'all party together with Adam Joseph?
Yeah, Adam was there. Casey saw him.
Yeah, I saw Adam and Alicia, and then people from the Fanatic were down there.
Bo.
Yeah, I saw Ricky Bo.
Yeah,
got some really interesting information from Ricky Bo that I can't share on the radio.
Did he punch you?
Did he
hit you?
No.
He's one of those guys. When you see, yo, dude, he hit you. That hurt.
Oh yeah, he puts me in a headlock.
Yeah, no, he's
all the time.
He's a guy's guy.
Yeah.
He throws baseballs at you if you walk into the Fanatic. Whoa,
yeah,
catch that, dude. Yeah.
In fact, there's a basketball that's in our kitchen right now that he throws at people all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a foam basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he'll come in when I'm doing blocks, and he'll just walk right in. He's like, "What are you doing, Peter Gabriel? I like him." And then he'll leave.
Does he give you noogies?
By the way, speaking of staff members, former staff member just texted in and he sent us a picture. It's Pancake.
Hey,
Panner.
And he sent it says we can finally see Blacktop out here at the Bristol Township School District because he's Pancake gets out in the
and he plows.
He plows,
That's
So
right.
he's obviously been working all night long. So thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. And hopefully the end is near. We had people texting him when we first came in this morning. They've been at it for 16 hours. So we're working hard, man.
Yeah, I didn't shovel at all. I just got in the car and went right over
Headed
the
out.
What are you going to do? I mean, that was the consideration for me. Normally, I wouldn't stay at the hotel. I'd just come in the morning, but everything was hitting in the overnight.
Yeah.
You couldn't do anything. You couldn't get a jump on anything. So that's it. Now is the fun part.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to get the letter of the day from you, sir.
Yes.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter
R as in racer.
Ooh, all right. And we have a really, really cool Word of the Week prize this week, which is a pair of pit tickets to both Dave Matthews Band shows. And I can say that now I couldn't say it earlier. You want to hear what this sounded like when I tried to promote this?
Yeah.
Listen to this. Coming to Dave Matthews Band.
Dave Matthews.
I just couldn't say it.
Yeah.
Saturday, Friday, July 10th, Saturday, July 11th at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Tickets are on sale now for both shows via Ticketmaster. So we'll give it away on Friday. Real quick, Matt, I'm going to mention something.
Yeah.
Thank you that I think you'll be a part of too. Is Rochelle and I had dinner with Matt and his lovely wife, Patty Ann, and we went to Eddie V's in King of Prussia, and our server was this guy named Ray, and he was a big fan, and we ordered like one thing for dessert. He brought like 5 things for dessert to us.
Where do these come from?
I'm like, I'm full, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
But it was really, really nice of him to do that.
Yeah.
So some love to Ray over at Eddie V's.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, what's
I
up?
had too many old fashions, I think.
Oh, yay, yum.
I nudged him. He's like, I don't know if I should get another one. I just look at him
No,
like,
I wasn't driving home, so
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so what's up on the show
All
today, man?
So we're doing a block of the Talking Heads. Jerry Harrison's birthday, I think, was Saturday. We're doing a block of Aerosmith. It's someone's birthday in Aerosmith.
Somebody.
It's not Steven Tyler or Joe Perry. Maybe it's Brad's.
Brad Whitford?
Yeah, I think it's Brad's.
Okay.
And we're just going to do a block of Huey Lewis because what the heck.
All right.
Yeah.
Love Huey.
I got like 7 songs. Zach got me a bunch. We only had a couple in the library. Now I got 7 Huey Lewis songs.
There you go.
And by the way, it is Brad Whitford.
That Brad Whitford.
You got
and
it right. Yeah.
Vinyl cut, we're going with a 45 today. Are you guys familiar with 3 Dog Night and One?
Yes. Yeah. It's a great song.
Did Jackie give you that or something?
No, it's in the library.
Okay.
It's in that office, Rabbi's old office. It looks scratchy, but, you know.
Okay.
Why not?
What was the thing you were doing with One? You were singing it, right?
Yeah.
One is, and then you kept going
2
up.
can be as bad as 1. Then it was 3. It's also really bad.
7's actually unique if you stop and think about it.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram if you want to see
Now,
those
fractions.
All right. Well, Matt is going to cover you, gang. We've got a snowy day today. Make sure you hang out, and he'll be your companion through the course of it.
Whatever you want.
I want to thank our sponsors. Preston Steve Show is brought to you today by Duncan, and the Preston Steve Show runs on Duncan. Also brought to you by Virtua Health, here for good, and by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia, voted best casino in Pennsylvania by Casino Player Magazine. Tomorrow on the program, this should be pretty cool. We have rapper Matisyahu.
Love Matisyahu.
In studio?
Yeah, he's going to be via Zoom.
Okay.
But should be pretty cool because he's just a super nice guy and a talented musician. So we'll talk to him and see what else we can get into tomorrow morning. That is it. We are done. Rage on. Have a great day in the morning. Be safe, friend, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.